Realized I just had my music super low. Was setting up final stuff for streams. Anyway, I would do that. But hi, everybody. Hello, hello. Whether you're watching me morning, afternoon, or evening, whether you're lurking or going to be watching the VOD over on YouTube when it gets set up, I hope you're having a lovely, lovely day. It is Monday for me, but it's me. It's C, your friendly neighborhood artsy scientist who's here to do some co-working and maybe play a little bit of UMAMI this week or today, essentially. But I hope you're taking care. So just to run down today's schedule, I'm just going to be co-working today. I actually want to try On Together, which is a game. Shout out to my Pinecone friends that I have actually been playing either with friends in game and also enjoying myself. I know the game's going to come out soon, as well as I know Nano Neighbors came out. So today's going to be a lot of more of just getting things done, chilling out, talking about things. And like I said on yesterday's stream, for those of you who are there for my Endwalker shenanigans, which I'm still fully recovering from, I will be sharing my like K-pop Demon Hunter light stick and everything on stream now because I wanted to talk about that yesterday, but we got too caught up into, all the things that comes with, being a fan of certain things. And as a heads up for this week's schedule, I will not be streaming again until later this week. Like I have been saying, I am probably going to go ahead, even though I said I would wait towards the end of December to start transitioning towards my new schedule, which is going to be Fridays through Mondays going forward as a streamer, mainly because of like school and some of the coursework I'm learning, as well as some of the professional skills I'm getting, like makeup classes and lace, like lace bobbin and stuff like that. So I will still be available for like collabs, and you'll see me pop up, of course, when I'm available to. But there's some strict times that I will not be able to stream anymore. So that's why I do want to start maybe transitioning a bit sooner than I thought to my new schedule, which is currently slated in my Twitch. For those of you on YouTube, I'll be updating my YouTube to be able to explain when I'll be live streaming. But just to say that, yeah, things are finally moving and grooving and changing. So now we're here and just having some fun and gonna enjoy the transition. Cause that's just how it's gonna be. And hi Ty. Hello, hello, hello. Hi Ty. Welcome in. And as always, y'all, please go follow all my Pinecone friends. I know we just had an ad, but you should go follow Ty. They're super cool. They do some great co-working streams and they're a really awesome person. But welcome in. It's lovely to see you. But okay. So for today's shenanigans, we're gonna go do On Together. So let me get everything going first for that so I can get the screen going, and then we will do some lace on stream. Let me switch some windows around though. But I hope folks are enjoying Monday. I hope folks are chilling out today. I hope folks are doing well. Do. Let me see. I'm trying to wait for the ads to end. All right, welcome back from the ads. And again, y'all, just to say it first and foremost, if you're not already following Ty, essentially one of my amazing Pinecone friends, they do a lot of co-working and body doubling streams, which I really appreciate lurking with other Pinecone friends and other folks on the streamer space. You'll have a fun time if you follow Ty. So you should go ahead and hit that follow button if you haven't, so respectively, because I support all my friends and mutuals, including my amazing stream team. But I hope Ty and everybody else who's here, I hope you're doing well today. It's lovely to see you. As we get started, I'm going to create an On Together lobby, so folks are welcome to join me on that. I still got to figure my tasks for the widget this week. So it's kind of me just like being an adult, trying to get stuff working, having fun, doing the thing. I'll make a private room in On Together because I don't really want to make sure. We do this. Oh, whoops. There we go. Let me see. Is it gonna play music? Let me see something. I will get On Together working first, And then I'll actually like maybe try out Spirit City Lo-Fi Sessions. But give me 1 second so I can get this set up. I'm going to go towards the library. And then if anybody wants to join me in the game, I will put a code up on stream. But no pressure, of course. Like I said, I hope folks are doing well. I had to go run some errands today, like I said yesterday for stream. I have more errands to run, but I love when I can get at least some of my to-do lists finished. I still have a lot to do in order to like transition into 2026. I'm so excited because I feel like I finally have my bearings a little bit more. But I definitely think I'm at the point in my life where I just have some things I want to do and like do them now instead of getting caught up sometimes where I'm like, maybe I'm not ready to do this thing. And I'm like, no, you can go ahead and do it now. See? All right. Let's do work stuff at the table. And then I will make a sub window for Spirit City Lo-Fi Sessions. So we're going to try out some things. If it's a little goofy on my end because technology sometimes hates me, I will just actually switch over to Spirit City Lo-Fi Sessions. Sometimes having multiple apps up can be a little goofy for my PC. You know my usual playlist of music. All right. Let me see how I want to do this. Oh. Are you just not going to pull it up for me? Interesting. Sorry, hold on. I'm like, what is going on with this? Oh, wait a minute. Is it one of those things? Okay, I was confused. I was like, why are you not pulling up Spirit City Lo-Fi Sessions? What's happening? Do you hate me now? I'm kidding. All right, and then let me pull up the On Together demo. I'm gonna make it a little tiny window in the corner. Boop. I was gonna have okay, so I've lied. I'm gonna make On Together smaller. Let me see. Sorry, I'm gonna fiddle around with the settings. All right, there you go. Okay. Thank you for your patience. Probably gonna repeat this song again because I was, trying to get stuff set up. And then we'll do the usual 2 hours of gaming. No, sorry. We'll do 1 hour, 30 minutes of gaming, and then I'll probably do 1 hour of UMAMI. So we're gonna do that for today. All right. Thank you for your patience. And I think we can go ahead. All right. You should see On Together, Spirit City Lo-Fi, and my hands to do more lace. I think we're Gucci now. Let me know if that's not the case, though. And I will fix things. You see all that? Thank you, Mick, and hi there. All right. So, first things first. Because obviously I wasn't going to shut the hell up about it anyway. Hi, how you doing? Happy Monday. Hope you're doing well today. Just getting started for streams. Oh, and if anybody does want to join me and on together, let me... Whoops. Let me go to the just chatting to me, actually. Hold on. I'll be right back. Let me actually, like, give y'all the password for stream. That would be really helpful, right? if I actually gave y'all that. Lol. Let's see. Me and my goofiness. No, what did I just do? There we go. I'm like, let me fix this. Oh. If I switched it over from On Together, sorry, Spirit City Lo-Fi, I'll have both apps up, but if you're going to see mainly Spirit City, I'd rather do that first and foremost. I'm sorry, you're going to hear like no music for a second as I keep setting things up. Apologies for being ultra goofy. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do either. But like I was saying earlier, I needed to run errands today, which wasn't too bad in terms of shenanigans. But like there's still things I need to... Oh, I didn't want to do that either. There was things I needed to do, but I eventually knocked off some things on my to-do list finally that I've been wanting to do for a minute. All right, let me actually recreate the room since I screwed myself up a little bit. I keep doing this wrong. Sorry, I'm like getting distracted because my brain's just like trying to set this up. So sorry for those of you watching really fast. I'll get it fixed in just a second. But like I was trying to say as I slowly get distracted by things, I'm trying to like cut through things I need to get through this week and kind of like fully enjoy resting for a while as I keep transitioning, just because I think it'll help me kind of ground myself a bit. And so far, I wouldn't say it's too bad. The world's still chaotic, but I still feel like I'm slowly untethering myself from things that no longer resonate with me, but things that are working for where I'm trying to go next in life, which feels really good. This year was really chaotic, and I felt like there wasn't really any grounding, but I think through the chaos, I just finally landed. So it's really interesting how life works like that sometimes. And hi, Garlic. Welcome in. It's lovely to see you. I'm currently setting up, so I apologize for folks who are watching me. So I keep doing this a little weird. All right. Anyway, if you have On Together, you should be able to see me and you can join the room, but no pressure. All right. There we go. Thanks for your patience. Me and my goofy self. All right. There we go. Let me I'm gonna pin in the chat. Let's see. I want to do more co-working, co-streaming things. So I'm going to start like reaching out to folks about that, because I actually really do enjoy people when they do co-streaming things. So I'm excited to do more. All right. So before we get started, because like I said, I want to finish this pattern today. We're going to do a lot more like stuff. I got to show y'all this. So ta-da! So for context, I did get a light stick for Huntrix, right? So I realized in the box that I forgot. I bought like a little ID for my light stick, right? And I almost threw it away by accident because I wasn't paying attention when I got it. But y'all, I got the batteries to work, and this might not look good on stream. So if this flash bangs anybody, I'm so sorry, right? But look at this. Right? So there's multiple color modes. So again, if I flashbang anybody, I'm so sorry. Look away from the stream. I don't want to, you know, mess with anybody's vision. But it blinks, and then it changes to this color, which I think is really cool, right? This also blinks, and then again, it just has multiple colors. It blinks. The fact that it has like purple, blue, and yellow is wild to me. That blinks, of course, and goes really fast. So I think the different colors do blink in different ways. And then I love, my favorite mode is this color gradient mode. That's really cool with the light stick. Because I was like, oh, okay. If I want to just like have some fun colors at a concert or something whenever I go in the future, I can have this light stick. And then it turns off. So I do have a little stand for it. And like I said, it did come with actual cards for the girls. I got, I think, Janu and Rumi. But overall, I think it looks really well done. Like, this is my first ever light stick that I ever got. It's got a carrying case. I do have a little, like, I think it's like a jewelry holder and a little stand for it. So if you see me in the wild, I will have this light stick because I'm a goober. So, no, Azar! Welcome in, Azar. If y'all don't follow Azar, they're super dope. They play a lot of really great games. For example, I got to lurk on their stream recently to see them play. I think it was Tekken, right? Well, I need one. Now you about to rob me? No! Friends being like, I'm about to jump you. I'll put some tea and cookies for you. Y'all are so funny. So if you're wondering where to get this light stick from my K-pop Demon Hunter fans, let me put y'all on game. So there is an official Netflix version. I actually went with a version from Korea who actually makes light sticks. There is a Saja Boys light stick, and there is a K-pop Demon Hunter light stick. I went with the K-pop Demon Hunter one because I am goofy, and you know, like, so if you want one, you don't have to. I'm dropping the link in the chat because I don't gatekeep where I buy stuff. But that's the one I got for myself because I wanted a light stick. And I've never bought one for a group, and I love Huntrix. So if you want to know how strong my Huntrix love goes, though, I don't know how I'm going to get this in the camera, but we going to try. We going to try. Let me see. I told you I would do show and tell because I'm a goofy. That's so nice. That's a good distraction. I'm crying. Y'all are so funny. And y'all literally about to rob me for my light stick. How do you know I won't just get it for you for like a Christmas or birthday present? You know what I'm saying? I could do that. Anyway, there's just some really cool stuff in the world. And I just wanted to get one because I was like, I don't want that. You know, I want yours. I'm crying, Azar! Thought we was friends. We are friends, but you like, I'm finna rob you. It's wild. Wild! But, again, what you got on my light stick, fam. I'm crying. Also, we in the ad, so if you aren't subbed, you'll come back. Let me see if I can actually get this in the screen first. I think I can get this in the screen. Y'all so funny. That is not a good shot of this at all. Oh my god. I am ad proof. Ads are like, I could rob you without the ads. With the farmer circle and share. Ooh, that's pretty. So along with the light stick, I can't put this in here because it's too big. I gotta get my camera better set up. But I did end up getting a Huntrix hoodie. This is one of my favorite hoodies now, where I got the girls and their original concept art design from K-pop Demon Hunters. So I wanted to share that with the light stick because I do have a t-shirt of Rumi in her original design, which I can't like get this in here because I'm so goofy and I don't want to mess up the thing. But let me see if this will show up in the camera. For those of you who aren't subbed, I'll share with this. Oh, nope, that's not a better view. That's even worse. I made it worse. I made it worse. I don't know how I did that, but I did. And it wasn't a good view. Let me see. Can I put it in this way? It's a little bit better. It's upside down. But pretty much like let me see if we back from the ads first before I go on my tangent rant. Let me see if I can. Okay, the ad is finished. So we're going back from the ads. So along with sharing my light stick from K-pop Demon Hunters, I also got a t-shirt of Rumi's original design. Which, since I can't get a good shot of this in the camera, this is a hoodie, and I got the shirt. I'll just pop up like what it looks like from the shop. Because I'm failing at sharing this. Once I get my camera stand a little bit better, I'll be able to do wider shots. So that way I don't have to keep doing that. I can get it for lace stuff, but I can't do it for stream, so I apologize. But let me see if I can pull it up somewhere. So, like I said, I'm a big fan of K-pop Demon Hunters. I love the concept designs for the girls. So I have been watching, I don't know if people know this YouTuber, but they go by, they are a doll maker. HIYOKO. If you know HIYOKO, they are a really dope Asian doll maker, and they showed some of the concept designs too for Rumi. So first, let me say this. The K-pop Demon Hunter folks cooked on the fashion, makeup, and art. So one YouTuber that I really love is HIYOKO. Folks may not know them. But anybody who's into K-pop Demon Hunters, you should watch this video. They made a doll of Rumi's like actual outfit from the trio group, and then one of the concept arts, which has Rumi in I do believe it's humbuck from the concept designer, supposed to be used for the end of the movie without spoiling it, but they didn't use that art, so HIYOKO decided to go ahead and make a doll of it. So I'm sharing the YouTube link because I think it's really cool. And hi Toko, welcome in. I'm talking about K-pop Demon Hunters and being goober about it and trying to show the concept art for Rumi that I really like. But once I saw this design, I was like, I want a shirt of this. And then Universe was like, hey, bet. And now I got it. So the original designs for the girls, don't get me wrong, I love their final designs, but their original designs too were badass as hell. I'm obsessed with it. But the link I just dropped is for Rumi in an outfit that was supposed to use towards the finale. Like, I love the finale fits, but their actual concept art with their humbucks, which is traditional Korean attire, is really, really cool. But let me just show you what I mean when, like, the art for K-pop Demon Hunters is so cunty. I'm so obsessed with it. I'm so obsessed with it. It's so pretty. So when I saw that they had a shirt for some of the designs, I was like, oh yeah, because I love concept art, because I want to do character design, so that's why I'm like really into it. And I like HIYOKO was saying on their video, for example, which I was watching, they did a doll for Widget, and then they've done some other dolls I've watched, like Sailor Moon and stuff too, which I think is really cool. They're just a great like person on the internet. Oh, I think I saw that. You did, Garlic? That's what's up. Yeah, I'd love to get your thoughts in terms of it, because I love doll makers. I don't want to be one, but I love watching people make dolls. I think it's really, really cool. Concept art is amazing, yes. And hi, Toko. Welcome in. Y'all should go follow Toko. They're dope, along with all my other streamer friends. I'm just saying. But Let me see if I can pull this out. Either way, like, I'm just obsessed. So when I got the light stick, my love came back out again. I really want to pre-order the book. I think if I do that and what is it? If I do that and finish up getting my collection of Final Fantasy 14 art books, I think I'm going to take the plunge and start actually doing sewing and making dresses. I think I'm ready to do it now, because it's like I've been saying all year, my brain's like, I should wait until like I'm better and more practice. I'm like, girl, this is one of those things where you just gonna have to do it and figure it out as you go. And you know what? I think sometimes life is right when you just have to do shit sometimes. I'm just trying to see if I can find it really fast, because I'm not showing y'all in the way that I want. And it's gonna make me mad if I don't show y'all why I love this design, because it's so cunty to me. Like, my favorite fits from the girls are the final outfits, and again, in a culturally appreciative way. I really, really enjoyed that they put a lot of like Korean culture into the movie. And genuinely speaking, I just love movies that are unapologetically trying to have a message that's based in like a respect for people's culture. Even though, again, I know that, like, I'm not saying that in a fetishizing way, because I think it's really important as somebody who isn't Asian to not do that thing people do where they consume pop culture of other cultures and like do it in a way that's commodifying and disrespectful. So, oh, that outfit, motherfucker. Hey, Azur, listen, that's why we friends, because you understand me. Like, I love me some concept art. I'm kind of disappointed I didn't use that outfit, but they made the right call and swapped it. Yeah, I agree with you, Garlic. I agree with Azur that the outfit ate, but like, it would have been cool, honestly, to see them use the traditional like humbug they used for the girls at the end of the movie. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I love seeing like actual cultural elements from different groups of people, even if I don't belong to that group, being used in movies. And I like the fact that there is a lot of like really cool Korean motifs in the movie. And as I'm learning Korean myself, or wanting to learn Korean, like, I do appreciate that. Especially just knowing like the historical like traumas and pains from Asia, but also doing it in a culturally respectful way. Because like I always say to y'all, like, I consume anime and manga, but I also know, like, I try to respect different cultures from Asia and on the African continent, even though I'm a black person of the black diaspora, and I think my lineage traces back to Asia and like Africa, obviously. Like, I have some, it's that genealogy lineage thing I've done a little bit, as far as one can, of course, because like I am like descendant of enslaved people, and I'm black unapologetically. So it's just a reverence for being respectful, because I love being black in my culture, but also being respectful of Asian cultures and cultures I'm not a part of too. So I just really like the humbug design. I thought it was really, really cool. So okay, I think I found it. Let me pop this out. Thanks for your patience as I go on my rant about this. Okay, let me pull this out. We'll see how I can get this to work. I'll just say, okay, there it is. I didn't think it was pop out so quickly. That's okay. But yeah, this is the Rumi shirt that I ended up getting. I am obsessed with this design. This is one of Rumi's original designs from K-pop Demon Hunters, and I am obsessed with it. I think it's so well done. So I had to get the shirt. I had to. Like, as soon as the movie came out and I saw some of the original concept art, I was like, fuck yes. So I got this in an oversized shirt, and I'm hoping to keep the quality up for a while, but something about a woman with a fucking sword, that I'm obsessed with that. So I think they really cooked on the design, and I just really think it's cool. So that was what I was trying to share, along with the other designs of Mira and Zoe on my hoodie that I got, because I got a hoodie to go with the jacket. I mean, sorry, the t-shirt. But I'm obsessed with it. So there you go. Again, this eats so damn bad. So enter the type. But she looks amazing. Yes, right? Like, I am obsessed. I'm obsessed with this. It's such a cool ass design to me. Like, the colors, the motifs, and just, again, I love really sketchy concept art. Like, painty, sketchy concept art. I really, really like. So, let me remove this for a second. Thank you for your patience as I like share this stuff with you. And then let me show the other one that I was looking at. Is it gonna work? Oh wait, that was not the one I wanted. Let me pull out the one I'm looking for. Just so for those who haven't looked at the doll, but like, see if I can get a version of them in their hungbuck designs. That was supposed to be the final bite. And again, this is spoilers for K-pop Demon Hunters. So if you want to watch the movie, I'm literally talking about heavy spoilers. So you can tune out for like 10 more minutes or like 5 more minutes. I just got to share it because it just looks really cool to me. Like, obviously, my favorite song is This Is How It Sounds Like. So I do like the final fits. Don't get me wrong. I just think that, again, I think shows should be unapologetically what they're supposed to be. I watched the movie and went, this needs to be a show. Yeah, that's my thing too. Like, I'm really mad. I'm forever mad at Netflix, respectfully, for robbing us of the chance to have a TV series. I think this would have been really cute to watch, personally. And I love how somebody said this is this generation's Frozen. And I'm like, I don't really care. I love, like, girl power fucking movies. Like, who doesn't like that type of concept? Again, it's cheesy and corny and stuff like that. And I know there's, like, issues because, like, there are actually, like, real tangible issues with the K-pop industry, of course. So I'm not going to dismiss that. But it's more like I just appreciate, again, how unapologetic this movie is. And it's at the end of the day, this demographic, it's a movie for families and kids. So, like, it's not going to be like a telenovela or not a telenovela, but like, you know, it's not going to be something that's like an epic like Frankenstein or something. It's meant for families and kids to enjoy, which I think is, to me, not problematic. I think people need media like this. So just give me 1 second, y'all. I'm trying to like get this actually on the screen instead of me talking about this. Or is it just going to be goofy for me for 2 seconds as I pull out stuff? Okay, there we go. Let me see. Then I promise I'll get to some lace. All right, here's another one. I know it's a little bit covered up because of On Together, but again, I like the way they drew the concept art. But I like very pop arty, because I like Yusuke Nakamura, like I've told you, and a couple other artists. So I really like this type of poppy, very like sketchy art lines and artwork. I like blocky sketches too. Because I know for me, when I think about like some of the makeup looks I want to do, I think of like the fashion and makeup kind of poses and stuff that you see from models and stuff like that too. I know, for example, going back to Hexian for a second, who is the queer Asian doll maker. Like when they were talking about their things, they sketch out their stuff and then they draw it or make it. And that's what a lot of like designers or doll makers and stuff will do, is that they'll do sketchy art like this. And I just think it's really cool because it kind of puts the concept on a piece of paper, and then you can kind of blow it out where you can work with people to create like outfits or makeup look and fashion. And I like the fact that the folks for the art book were talking about how, again, they studied a lot of like Korean skincare or a lot of like trends based on like what's going on in our world to create the looks for the girls, which again, I'm obsessed with this. I think all the concept art for the 3 girls is super cool, and I love it so much. So I wanted to share that one, and then another one, and then I will get to finishing this pattern on stream. Is the hanbok design. Let's see. All right. There we go. Nope. Nope. All right, I think I'm back. Sorry about that, y'all. My stream died when I want to talk about fashion. And hi, Ginky. Welcome in. And I apologize if I'm missing things in the chat. Let's see. I watched the movie and want this needs to be a show. Those outfits all beat Spectrum says. They were too powerful, right? Yeah, so this is the concept art for the final battle. So they were supposed to be in Hangbuk. So this is some of the original concept art for that. Again, I just really appreciate like the details of each of the girls. Again, like I said, with the different colorations, their fits, their weapons. I love iridescent things, so I'm obsessed with that, obviously, which is why I got the light stick, and I'm really happy about it. But again, I just think this is a really cool concept design. And so these are some of the fits that the girls were supposed to have at the end of the movie. I like the color variation. I love the way that it incorporates, from my understanding of traditional Korean hanbok and traditional clothing from Korea. Like, I think it's just really cool to me in terms of them trying to incorporate it, even though they didn't use these designs. But that's why I'm saying, like, I appreciate that they were going to do this. But like, these are so cool to me. So I wish they had a chance to, and maybe in the sequel they'll reuse some of these designs. I think they should. But anyway, that's all right. All right. I think I'm back. Let me just stop sharing them, I guess. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe I can't be cunty on stream, which is rude. I don't appreciate that. Anyway, that's my rant. Sorry it's a little choppy today, y'all. Thank you for the welcome back. But yeah, I agree. I would have loved it. But again, I'm the type of person where I don't think movies have to be... Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I love the central themes of K-pop Demon Hunters. But at the same time, like, a lot of media, I don't feel like I have to be the core audience. Because I know a lot of people struggle with that. Some people do. Where they struggle with, like, hey, I have to be the person who is, like, centered. And I'm like, no. I'm not Asian. I don't know how it feels to be an Asian person. But I can still respect, you know, Asian culture and not do it in a really weird anti-black way where I hate me and who I am and where my people come from type vibes, if you get me. Some people need to unpack that, is what I'm trying to say, basically. They need to unpack stuff related to that. So that's my TED Talk for the year about that. Anyway, that's the first 30 minutes. We're now in the break. So if you are hanging out with me, which I appreciate, please make sure to take your breaks, rest, recover, do your thing. I'm going to keep doing some Lay stuff on stream, and then I might move to some Hoponichi before we play a little bit of UMAMI, but today's stream is meant to be short. So I needed some time to recover from yesterday's shenanigans with Final Fantasy 14. So, and like I said, I knew I was going to cry. So I wasn't really more emotional than anything until certain parts of Alice say, and then my brain just started crying, and I was like, damn. All right, Endwalker. So it usually takes a lot to make me cry at times, unless it's like super emotional and I like sit there and think about like how I can connect to it. But like Shadowbringers and Endwalker have made me cry. And I'm just like, dang. Like Square Enix really cooked. I ain't even gonna hold you. They really cooked on their their series, so I'm not mad about it. I'm just like, dang, I need a minute. So, but I was like crying, as in like, as I said, I had tears in my eyes, legitimately speaking. That's why like I'm better today after crying on stream and being emotional for hours and crying and then being okay and then crying again and then being okay and then crying again type vibes. But my brain's still not back from being an emotional wreck yesterday. So that's why we're not going to do anything too heavy today in terms of like my emotions, because I can't be crying. If I think about it again, I probably will start crying. But yeah, it takes a lot to make me cry, but Final Fantasy 14 has made me cry multiple times now, and I'm just like, damn. Let's see, let me drop in the Discord too. Probably. You get plenty of C's here, Soko. I'm so serious. I don't really think I'm gonna get through Endwalker at all without crying at least a few more times. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't have it in me. Cause like when I did the Gaius von Belsar side arc, learning about like his kids and stuff and the kids he adopted in AruruSeria and to see what happened to them, it was that bad for me. I think it would have been a lot heavier for me in yesterday's stream if I did know Endwalker, like Dawn Trail was a thing, but it still hit me really hard because of the way that the story has been done with Final Fantasy XIV, where you get really attached to the characters. I think that's why I just started crying. And with the music playing too and just the emotions of it, I'm still feeling the like feelings behind it. So that's why I know I need it till the end of the week before I can touch Final Fantasy right now. Of course, like I'll do dailies and stuff. There are like the Moogle Hunt and Fall Guys is still a thing until the next patch update. But there's gonna be plenty of C tiers. And it makes me motivated to actually do something for FanFest. I want to plan something for FanFest, even though I'm not going. I want to do something for it. It just made me fall in love with the game that much more. So I'll just figure out. With like, of course, I'll talk to my scions and stuff if folks are free to like, I want to plan something around my birthday for Final Fantasy XIV. So. Like, I'm wondering if some of my classmates in my program are going to be for AruruSeans. I got to collect more people who play Final Fantasy XIV. That's what happens when you be doing too much, you know? And like I said, I want to get married in 14 too. It's one of my aspirations in life. Alright, an ad. I'll finish what I'm saying after the ad. Did it not switch it over? Oh, I'm so sorry. So folks don't get confused when they come by stream. Actually, let me stab my pillow a couple more times. Lol, I would cry too. Fair. Yeah, the beauty of VODs. If anybody wants to see, welcome back from the ads. If anybody want to see me break down crying, you can watch it. I've had that and a few other times where I've broken. I think I've cried on stream before. I don't mind doing it too. I don't mind being an emotional little small. And I was gonna stab this actually. I don't know when the next expansion will come out for 14. I'm assuming once it gets announced next year, it'll be probably around like 27, 28. Breaking down and crying, maybe some good cash off future. I'm crying. Lol. I am gonna make like a C tiers or a emote based on that, because I think I've realized a lot of y'all, appreciate me, of course, but I think people, it's funny how people think my reactions to things are hilarious. I should make an emote just off of that, which I don't mind doing, because I have been told my reactions are very like out of pocket, and I'm like, listen, I don't know what to tell you. I do not know what to tell you in terms of me crying and screaming and being emotional. don't think I'm gonna need too many needles for the rest of this, but we're just gonna stab my pillow anyway, because we'll finish this before stream ends. Oh, and one thing oh, see, I have a song request. What do you mean, Red? Please, explain to me what you mean by song request, as I keep stabbing my cookie pillow. A Christmas song? What kind of Christmas song? I know plenty of them, but I am always here for creamy music. I also have to be mindful because I have noticed, and this is something I did want to share too on the same note. This has nothing to do with Red's about to say, because Red, you could share what you mean. I have noticed that YouTube and Twitch have gotten a little bit more stricter on sniping people for certain songs, so I am going to be a bit mindful of that, because you will get your stuff sniped. So just a heads up, if you play music, be careful. Especially if you're a YouTuber. I have noticed that YouTube has gotten a lot more stringent. They have been, but I've noticed that a lot more, that they've updated a gangster rap Christmas song. Is it Curtis Blow? Because I love that Christmas song. And if you don't know Curtis Blow, he has a song that's like, I'm Curtis Blow, and I want you to know that these are the breaks. And if you play Dance Central, you can jam out to the song, which I love. But I'm also thinking of the Christmas rap by Curtis Blow, which is really good. Christmas rapping, yeah, I love that song. I need to play that. I haven't played that yet for Christmas. If you don't know Christmas Rapping by Curtis Blow, you should play that song. It's a great rap song for the holiday season. Oh, it's by Razy Hendrix? Interesting. I don't think I've heard of that. I don't think I've heard of this artist, actually. No, I think I know who they are. I've seen them before, I think, on the internet. They have a Christmas song out? I would not be surprised. Well, then I will say my favorite Christmas rap song is Curtis Blow's Christmas Rapping. I think that's a great one. Like, I have rap songs that I played throughout the year. So Summertime by Jazzy Jeff and Will Smith, I really like for the summer months. For the fall and Halloween, it's Rico Nasty and Meg Thee Stallion's. What's that song by Rico Nasty and Meg Thee Stallion? As I do my thing. So Summertime by Jazzy Jeff, Will Smith. Scary by Meg Thee Stallion, freaking Rico Nasty. And then Curtis Blow's Christmas Rapping. So those are kind of my like summer, fall, Halloween, and then Christmas rap songs. It's really good. Nice. They even have a gangster rap song with the beat to Barney's World. Barney's World. Interesting. Good to know. Check it out. Hubby is making me glass noodles with brisket leftovers. I love it here. Nice. That sounds good. That's what's up. I had some G-Gay earlier, actually. It's a really nice like restaurant around the corner that makes really good G-Gay. If you've never had it, I'd recommend. But that's awesome. Because glass noodles with brisket leftovers, it sounds amazing. I'm glad you got good eats from Matt. Yes, yes. Yeah. Exactly, Toko. I 100% agree. But yeah, I think it's because like I've been looking at more YouTubers who are doing a lot of like pattern making and dressmaking, and I'm like, you know what? I need to follow their lead, like other like designers, and just take the plunge and stop overthinking it. Wait, what is this? Okay, I was like, what needs to be pulled from there? I don't like that. Hold on. I was like, wait a minute, that don't look right. And it was not, right at all. Hold on a second. Why is that being pulled into different ways? Yummy. I'm so lucky he's been figuring out how to make things I like. Yeah. It's always good to have a partner / husband who cares about you in that way to make foods that you like. I think that's really important. I look forward to that. That's also why I want to learn how to cook too. Myself. Cooking for somebody you love has always been fun. I know I've done that for like my exes too, for example. Like I remember for one of my dates with my first boyfriend, I made him like food when he came over. I love doing stuff like that. The way my food is hard for me, yeah. So that's why, again, I love that you have somebody who cares about you, who's making you a really nice meal so that you can actually eat. You know? Because that kind of thing matters. Hold on. I need to... I'm going to pull this out because this is tripping me up even more, even though I think I did it right. I don't know why this is throwing me off so bad. Probably just need to tighten this. I think that's what it is. Yep. Exactly what it is. I just look at recipes whenever I feel like cooking, but I got shot for meals. It's so ridiculous. I have to go grocery shopping for that reason because I have to go get groceries to figure out what I'm going to do for meals this week. It's a pain in the ass. Yeah, I gave it because of stress. Yeah, it's so real. Like, I like cooking because I have the Final Fantasy 14 cookbooks. I want to get the second volume, actually. But low-key... Hold on. So I'm going to turn things down just a wee bit. Hopefully y'all can still hear the music okay. I just need to turn it down just a little bit on my end. If it's too low, let me know, but... Yeah. Yeah, nice. I would say, let me see. Here. I'll be a second. I'm in my office space. I can grab it for you, actually. Hold on. Okay, so for context, what we're referring to in the chat is like, so we're going to C's place just as Final Fantasy. I actually genuinely want to do that. It's actually better sound-wise, thank you, C. Yeah, I felt like it was a little loud because I could hear myself, but I was like, I don't like how that sounds, so appreciate that it sounds a little better. But you actually want to do that, Toko, like when it's a lot safer, because like I said, I'm COVID informed, so I don't do a lot of things that would get me and my community and folks in harm's way with like infectious diseases. We're not gonna do that. But when it's safer, I actually would like to do like a Final Fantasy themed party where everybody like comes through with like meals and stuff, and we just have as our characters. I would love to do that in the future as an adult because I'm goofy like that. But to your point, I do have the Final Fantasy 14 cookbook, so this is what it looks like. I know I can get this kind of in the screen for the most part. I think, maybe. I'm trying to get it on my pattern a little bit. But let me see if I can move some stuff around on my pillow for a second so I don't like stab my needles fully in my thing. So for context, this is the Ultimate Final Fantasy 14 cookbook. It is a Square Enix product where essentially all the recipes from AruruSeria based on real life like foods and stuff you can actually get in this book. So I got this a long time ago. Yeah, it's really big. And as you can see, like I said, I'm trying to learn how to cook, but I did tab it. I'm trying to be better about like doing this on camera. Lord have mercy on myself. I did tab the sides of it to look up specific recipes that I can make. What I do like about the cookbook from Final Fantasy 14 is they have like different types of recipes. They also have like vegan and non-vegan options, as well as ways you can substitute certain things in the book. So for example, one of the recipes I do want to try, maybe not for this season, but like next year, is they have a beef stew from the first, so Shadowbringers. But it's really cool that they include like the recipe in the book. So this is like what the recipe looks like with like some of the art, and then they show you like an actual picture of what the meal looks like if you cook it. So I think it's, to me, worth the price. It's a little pricey from when I bought it. It might go on sale a few times, but they do have a sequel book coming out with more recipes. I'm assuming that includes Dawn Trail. But overall, like in terms of cooking, that's what I want to actually do, is cook more of the meals of 14. So I feel like some of the soups, some of the sandwiches, and maybe some of the side dishes too. Bring them to a potluck. I love recipe, good substitution, yeah. And hi Takashi, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Chilling out, talking about food and recipes and the Final Fantasy 14 cookbooks. And me finishing up this pattern on stream. Tea party would be cool. I still want to dress like a prince if I was invited. As you should, Choco. As you should, Toko. And I've been to a few, but it's been a while since I've been to a tea party. They're fun though. Highly recommend. I know that the EGL community, the J Fashion Elite community, does do some meetups. I don't think I'm gonna be going to one next year, but they do have some both in the United States and also like internationally, which is really cool. And also people do virtual tea parties too, which is one I'd love to do actually. So you might get the chance, because I want to do some. Be cool, since sometimes you get meet up with people because everybody's all over the world, but it'd be cool to do like virtual dress up parties that people used to do, I know, years ago, but I'd love to do some more of those myself actually. Be really cool. You should dress up as a prince completely, Toko. You pull it off. You'd be great at it. The food is summoned me, so I came or whatever the... Gotcha, yeah. That's fair. We love good food. Also, Takashi, I didn't get to play Rivals last night, but I think I'll be popping on later if you are wanting to play, but no pressure, of course. Dang it, I think I did it again. Why does that look so outstretched like that? I don't understand. Hold on. I keep screwing up this part of the pattern. It's kind of annoying. Ugh. Damn. Like, hold on. I gotta pull this out. Yeah, you're welcome to join too. I'm gonna jump on to actually do some matches so I can get this Sue Storm skin. I really want to actually get it finally, because I know Love and Deep Space is gonna have their update soon, and I know Rivals is gonna update the skins for some of the characters I want to play. Oh my, that's why this thing is being goofy. Hi Snaps, welcome in. It's lovely to see you. Oh, thank you for the love of my character cutout. It's the design is actually one of my alternative outfits for my VTuber model. I'm actually gonna need a 2D version of it as well. But it's my character cut out by a mutual, Mishi, which I really appreciate their art. They're super cool artists and a really amazing person. So, but yeah, thank you for the love. And I hope you're doing well. And why did your thing not work again? I'm gonna fix that. I'll mix it up. That's why I'm doing co-working streams, because there's some things and kinks I gotta work out in terms of stuff. But y'all should go follow Snaps. They're also part of Brown Girl Gamer Code. Again, a community for brown and black folks in terms of just amazingness in tech and science and art and creativity. So you will have a good time over with Snaps. They play some really cool games and is a really awesome person. So you should go check them out. Oh, but that one too. Oh, gotcha. Thank you for clarifying. Okay, no worries. I appreciate that. Thank you for the love of my characters too. I like little hair bows, but I like Minnie Mouse. I like Minnie Mouse stuff, as you can tell by my little Minnie Mouse Tsum Tsum. So, oh boy, the rents. Let me see. Exactly, Toko. Yeah, OG fashion's really cool. Have I shown you 42 Lolita actually, Toko? Hold on. Let me hit your DMs for a second, friend. I think, in terms of your fashion fits, if you like OG fashion, I got you. Let me hit your DMs real quick, Toko. Where you at? Boom. You said OG fashion. I got you, friend. And welcome. We're in the ads. Not that. Yielding schedule. Of skills when looking at site. Yeah. Let me fix that actually too. I got you here. Let's see. Dang, wait a minute. How do I do this again? I've programmed this 1,000 times. There we go. I've done this so many times. Let's see. Doing this while the ad runs. Your command's already programmed in here. It's just not going off. That's so weird. Interesting. I'm about to figure out why that is. Oh! Shoujo essentially is a genre of Japanese comics primarily aimed at teenagers and young adult girls, but typically is what I mean by like Sailor Moon and Cardcaptor Sakura and all the types of stuff. So when I say thank you for the shoujo, I think of like shoujo manga of like really cute romantic things people do for each other. So it's just my little catchphrase that I say where I'm like, thank you for the shoujo when people do cute stuff with their partners. I think that stuff makes me happy. Yeah. Yeah, I like romance. I'm a romantic at heart. So I'm very much somebody who just enjoys like seeing love and romance. And yeah, no worries. I'm a big fan of shoujo manga and joseo, which is joseo is specifically the manga or comics that are targeted towards adult women. So, for example, let me think of some joseos that I like. So shoujo is like Ouran Host Club, Cardcaptor Sakura, Sailor Moon. I'm also a big fan of Lupin the Third, the woman called Fujiko Mine. I love that series. What is another joseo? Because I don't want to say a series that's actually shoujo that's joseo. Oh my gosh. Let me see. What are some of my favorites? Paradise Kiss. Okay, I just want to make sure. Paradise Kiss is a joseo. So is Princess Jellyfish is another one of my favorites. Sekamichi no Appon, which actually got an anime by Watanabe. It's also a joseo. No Dome Cantabile. Honey and Clover. So I tend to like a lot of stuff in that genre. Even Midnight Secretary, which I gotta read that one. A lot of my friends love that one. So I didn't know, man. Ask for one final thing. It's technically a joseo, and that just proves my point. But yeah, shoujo is typically aimed, even though people get the genres messed up with manga, like shonen, seinen, shoujo and joseo. I tend to read both shoujo and joseo, so I really should say thank you for the joseo as well as thank you for the shoujo. I just like cute stuff. So yeah, the eye roll. Even though I was saying it in my Final Fantasy 14 stream, like, I've been through a lot of hard shit in life, it still hasn't not stopped me from being very romantic at heart. And still believing in love and romance and all the things that can happen. Which I think I know annoys people because they're like, how can you be so whatever? I'm like, why not though? Life's already hard enough as it is, so if there could be a little bit of magic enjoying people's lives in terms of that, I'm always happy to see it. But I also have friends who've lost their partners. Unfortunately, like I have a friend of a friend who, for example, actually two friends, unfortunately, who lost their partners. I have one who she lost a classmate of mine, or at least someone I went on a fellowship with. She lost her husband actually to cancer. And then I have another friend who lost their partner as well to cancer. So one of them they actually, ironically, they don't know each other, but they both are runners and they're just really sweethearts. Like real cool people. I love getting updates from them, but you know, that's why I'm very like, I love seeing people being loved on, because like when you lose your person, it sucks, especially in the context of them, where it was their first husbands that loved of their lives, and since they both lost them, they've just been grieving, but I can tell they were very much loved, and that's why they're very kind people because of it. So I only said if you both like romantic. Yes, very true. Yeah, like I think my one classmate who I went on a fellowship with, like, and if this is triggering you, please feel free to tap up if you need to. Their husband got not COVID, sorry. Their husband, I think, got cancer, and they did everything they could to keep each other happy and safe, and did all the treatments, but unfortunately, he passed away about a year or two ago. So it was really hard for her. But she's been really supported by a lot of community and friends. Is going back to school. Is just doing what she can, even though she lost her partner. And then my other mutual who I know, she met her husband after having been in a lot of different relationships. Was the love of her life. Enjoyed being with him. I loved seeing her updates. And then unfortunately he got cancer, and then he died like 6 months later. So that's why, again, I'm a big sap, and why I get really emotional, because I've seen like how devastating life can be in that way, where she was in love with that man. That was the love of her life, and she was so happy with him, and the fact that he got sick and died 6 months later, that's hard. That is so hard. She's doing really well, as much as one can in terms of that. But yeah, both of those people I'm talking about are in their 30s. So they met their partners, I want to say late 20s, early 30s, and then lost them in their 30s too. So that's what I'm telling y'all. Life is short. You just never know. You just never know what's going to happen. And it sucks. So love on your people while they're here, kind of thing. And of course I say that would me be like, I can't even think of, yeah. Which, I hope me explaining this is not for me to, again, I'm not giving all the details because I want to respect their privacy, of course, and I'm only sharing that to say, that's why I say thank you for the shoujo, because I just love seeing people in really romantic, loving relationships, because when you meet somebody who is all in with you, that's something I don't take lightly. And I've met many people who they've had the chance to be loved in this lifetime, their partner is now gone, and they're like, that was it for me. So, I get it. Type vibes. And I wish that for everybody, you know, to find someone who loves them so much in every lifetime. But I'm a sap, so, you know, that should come with the territory of me. Like I said, the world is hard enough as it is, so. That's why I love Christmas and holidays and traditions and doing stuff with people to make them feel loved. Did I? What in the tarnation? Sorry, yes. Yes. It is very, very special. Hi, Common. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. It's lovely to see you as I attempt to figure out what the devil I just did with this pattern. Maybe? We back up and it's just speaking in on you. No worries, comments. Pretty lovely to see you and appreciate you. And as always, y'all, check out all my friends and mutuals who stream, including Common. They're another dope person, also playing some Ditch Pass and other games and stuff. But yeah, I'm just doing some co-working and shifts, and my OBS says I don't like that. Damn it. Am I back? Maybe? Sorry, y'all. OBS is being goofy again. It's fine. I'll only be live for another hour and 30 minutes. Jeez. Rude. I appreciate folks being here despite my goofiness happening right now, you know? Oh, I do have one more surprise along with my light stick. But in order for me to get it, I need to actually go grab it. So I will be right back. I'll still leave Spirit City Lo-Fi session on for those folks who are co-working with me. We've got 5 minutes before a 10-minute break, but I will just be on mute for a second to go grab it. So stay tuned for a little surprise. I'll be right back. Whoops! I love how I said I'm back, and then my mic isn't even on for me to say that. I'm here. All right. So, one thing I've mentioned on streams before is what I like to do is do advent calendars. Along with, like, again, I'm a lover girl, which means, like, I spoil people I love a lot, which is why I'm a slow burn, making sure I get my check-ins. I appreciate you, Common. Thank you for the check-ins. But I also like to spoil myself. So, and what I mean by that is, like, the love that I show people is the love I have for myself, which is why, like, to me, it's always really important for me to fill up my own cup first, so that way I can give back to people and also know, like, where I begin and someone starts. Does that make sense? I hope it does. So anyway, one thing that I often do every year now, along with, like, you know, making people cards and stuff like that too. And for the next co-working streams, I'll probably be sharing, like, not too much because I don't want to surprise some folks who might be watching me, who might be getting these gifts. But one thing that I definitely learned to do, especially with, sorry, I'm looking at my pattern, I'm like, something is wrong. Shoot. I did something wrong on this already. I am screaming at myself, but one thing that I told myself back in 2019, which is again the year that a lot of stuff like started changing rapidly for me, chalk it up to the astrology, I guess, I don't know, but was that I like to do stuff for myself, because I think that's why, like, when people ask me why have you been able to do so much stuff in the last like 6 years, and the answer to that question is because when you are you and you're a black woman and the world's not kind to you, you learn how to be kind to yourself. So one thing that I do is actually for the holiday season is I get advent calendars. I've talked about this with lots of people, but because it's December, I got my advent calendar with teas in it. You know, and it's great. You running on together and other co-working things. Low co-workingception. Hi, Plush Poppy. Welcome in. Yes, I'm doing both at the same time. But I hope you're doing well. And if y'all haven't checked out Plush Poppy, you should check them out. Got a lot of really fun games and things and stuff. But yeah, welcome in. It's lovely to see you. I hope you're having a good holiday season. But so yeah, I'm kind of a cool guy for real. Yes, you better flex, please. But I hope you're doing well, sincerely and truly. It's always love to see you. So going on a rant about my advent calendar, which I did want to share that I'm doing it. I'm not gonna stream every day. I am getting organized, trying to be like you for real. Nah, you're being too kind. I have so many things I still gotta do before I officially go full throttle with school in about a few weeks, but I appreciate that. But yeah, I'm just like chilling and like talking and trying to get my to-dos done, since I had to run some errands today too. Which I love N95s because they keep my face warm during the winter months. I love it so much. It's great. But I won't stream every day, obviously, in December, but I did want to, like, when I am streaming, to share with y'all the teas I get in my advent calendar, just to make it fun. I would highly encourage, if you are into something, if you get an advent calendar for it, it's actually a lot of fun to like open things once a day during December and just like give yourself a little gift. I do that along with Secret Santa. Only you would gush about N95s. Yeah. Because I think, you know, public health is sexy. And I don't like being sick. So that's just my thing. And I don't mind. Because the thing about it is, like, I've gotten like new mask chains and stuff too. So it was really nice, for example, to say like I got some compliments because I've figured out how to dress up my mask and stuff, my N95s with my fashion fits. So I'm just a nerd. But now we're going into the ads. I will show y'all some of the teas I got on the stream. I won't do this every time because I'm not gonna stream every single day of December, but I did want to share the ones I get, which it's December 1st. So can I have this? Shoot! I can't have this. That hurts my feelings. All right, I'm already gonna open another one for tomorrow too. Where is? That's one. Where is two? Oh! I can't have ginger. There's some things I can't have. So I can't have this one. But that means I can either give it to someone or get somebody in my family to try it out. Yeah. There's some things I can't have food-wise, which is fine. What in the... Sorry. If I show y'all this tea, I don't even know what I'm gonna do. You and Sesu need to chat about health and tea. I'd be down. I like Sesu. They're cool. Welcome back from the ads. I'm just talking about opening the advent calendar I have. I will share the teas with you all because obviously the advent calendar is designed. There's so many advent calendars you can get. I get one for tea every year. I think next year I might get one for stationery. I just didn't do it this year. I have looked at some for makeup, but honestly, the problem with that is because most of the products I'm not going to be able to use. And I'm very particular about the type of makeup I use because I am black. And some makeup brands, like the advent calendars I would get, they wouldn't match my skin tone. So it's kind of hard for me to do that sometimes, which is a problematic thing, but it's fine. I understand. Well, I don't understand, but you know. Okay, so if I share you with this tea, don't judge me. I did not put this in here. But y'all, why is there a tea called man cave tea? Wait! Why is that a thing in here? What? What is man cave tea? So I got pumpkin spice for day one, which I can't have because I can't have ginger. And man cave tea, which is oolong, honeybush, hazelnut, and almond. What? And sorry, you can hear my voice is still a little like high pitched because like screaming and crying yesterday. What is on top of this? I think that for the man cave tea, it has like a thing of like hunting animals on it. Got a tea in your little cave, you know, it's my manly tea for manly men. Those are not things you expect to go together. That's so interesting. Makes man cave, I'm crying. So the pumpkin spice tea has black tea, ginger, cinnamon, cloves, and pumpkin flavor. And then the man cave tea has honeybush, oolong, red safflower, hazelnut, and almond. I might like the man cave tea because I do like almond teas, as I've talked about way too much on streams as it is. But the pumpkin spice tea I can't have. I know somebody who would really like this though. Man cave tea! I'm not kidding! I'm not kidding! It's a tea. And I know it's probably a gag tea. So I know like sometimes tea shops like make their own concoctions of teas. Because for context, I shop at like small businesses and local businesses who make their own teas. There's even a Final Fantasy 14 small business that makes teas based on like where it is in Eorzea. So I love tea. That's my thing. I literally have a rose oak milk tea next to me as we're talking right now on stream, and I have an advent calendar for it. But like the fact that they put that in there is hilarious to me. I think that's a gag tea. It's probably gonna be good because I love hazelnut and almond, but honeybush and oolong tea, I'm so interesting. Because this isn't, I don't think, with the flavors in here, I don't think this is a caffeinated tea. Now, black tea has caffeine in it. So I know the pumpkin spice one will taste like a pumpkin spice latte. But that one's going to be like, it's going to keep you up if you drink it. But I know this one won't be that bad. So I will let y'all know maybe later this week how this tastes with the other teas I get. So that'll be my little fun thing this month. But only real men drink man cave tea. Apparently. I don't know. I'm not here for gendering things, but it's fine. I love a good gag, I guess. But man caves have beer, whiskey, and maybe tequila, but tea? Again. I mean, it sounds like a good tea. I just wasn't expecting man cave is in it. That's what I'm saying, Takashi. Like, I think the tea wouldn't be horrifically bad, but I'm also like, but why? And you know me, like, slowly reach over the guy, the pumpkin spice. That's the thing too, Toko, like for my Christmas gifts, because I do kind of like, and this is, I don't want to spoil too much because there's people in the chat who are getting Christmas gifts from me, so I can't say too much because it'll spoil their gift. But I had to do like teas, crafts, and usually something that person likes in their favorite colors in a package, care package type thing. But I will note that down, Toko, that you're into pumpkin spice. Thank you for letting me know that. As I tell my friends, you should not let me know what you're into. I pay attention on some like what's it called? What you call that thing? From what am I thinking of? It's not Dispatch. The Wolf Among Us or Telltale Games. There's like, see will remember that. See will remember that. Okay. Don't tell me details around me. I will be that person who's like, go, you've seen me make people cry because I pay attention to details. So that's why I tell people, like, if you don't want me to do something for you, don't say it around me. Watch yourselves, you know. I was about to start singing, shake your ass, watch yourself, shake your ass, show me what you're working with. Sorry. Anyway, you made your voice so deep just now. Yes, I have a very colorful voice where I just be doing goofy stuff because I've been around way too many people in life and I just like being goofy. Completely. Plus with my mic setup, it gives me the opportunity to get really close to the mic and say really outrageous things. And also be a goober and make my voice do this too when I'm very upset type things. I'm a woman of very colorful taste. I've been more into fruity teas lately. That's what's up, Takashi. I'm also into fruity teas. That's I typically drink almond nutty teas and fruity teas. That's my favorite. I want to try Earl Grey hot chocolate because I think I do like Earl Grey, but I need to try the recipes first. So along with that Final Fantasy 14 cookbook I just shared, I do want to start actually getting back into tasting teas and stuff and sampling them. But so far, I've only really found almond teas. So I like rose oak milk tea, almond teas, and like fruity teas, mainly like pina colada flavored teas, and like I want to say strawberry flavored teas, some of my favorite as well. But that's cool because I only drink tea, water, juice, and protein shakes. That's the only things I drink. I don't drink alcohol, so that's not my thing. I don't mind if people drink around me though, but I usually am like, I tell people the designated friend who's like, I'll buy you a shot, but I don't drink alcohol. I don't really want to. But I think alcohol, from what I've been told from friends, seems like a fun time. There's some great drinks. But also I have friends who are very much like vodka and rum, and they like hard liquor. They don't really like fruity alcoholic drinks. They're very much like, give me a vodka and rum and I won't get drunk. And I'm like, I don't know how you do that, but that's cool. Most pumpkin spice I like. There's some things I hate that are pumpkin spice. That's fair. And mango passion fruit green tea latte blend has me in a grip. Yo, Takashi, that one's really good. I like that one actually. Mangoes. I like tropical fruits a lot in my drinks, and green tea a lot. Green tea is really good for me. And then when I need to sleep, like if I have like a headache or something, raspberry tea is really good. And then I like green teas, and mango tea actually is really nice too. I also like a good mango smoothie too. Oh, I need to learn about these fruit teas. Yeah, Togo, I can go on all day. I really can. Cause like, I usually like my tea hot, but some of these teas that I also have tried, you can turn into like a cool drink. So you can brew a tea, brew it in terms of like a tea kettle, or you can even just like microwave it, or just use hot water if you know, whatever you have in terms of options. And then you can cool it down, put ice in it, and it becomes like a summer drink or something too. So I like the versatility of some of the teas that I do know that are like fruity in that way, that are really nice. So I love green tea. Yeah, green tea is really good. I obviously have to add like honey and like, I usually do honey, a little bit of sugar, and then I do my teas. Now, not with green tea though, but you can do like coffee creamer and other substitutes, but I don't drink coffee, so I'm not a coffee person. Coffee doesn't really do anything for me. People use it to stay up and be alert, and I'm like, that doesn't work for me. But I'm glad it works for other people. I was always that person where people were like, if you drink a cup of coffee, you'll stay up. I would drink coffee and just go to bed. I'm so serious. I'm like, when my body wants to shut down, it just shuts down. I never had cold tea. Like, oh, I love a good cold tea. Nice. Yeah, I think if you try a really nice tea that you like, it just takes like a juice that you can have with like a little bit of flavor to it, a little bit of a punch to me. Because it's not like the same as juice. But you could argue that like cold tea is just juice, honestly. I don't like milk in my tea. That's fair. Like, I usually like oat milk or almond milk in my teas, but it depends on the tea flavor. So I know for me, I need to try more flowery teas, but I do, again, like I said, my favorite tea is, there's a cafe near me that has rose oak milk tea. It's a Mozart music themed bakery that has like lots of pastries and drinks there. So they have like matcha and just like a bunch of stuff. So another tea I like is dragon fruit tea as well. I do like dragon fruit a lot. Well, the sweet tea iced tea I only had at that's fair. I like my excuse me, let me get my southerner with. My southerner comes out where I do think some people who connoisseur in terms of sweet tea do make it where it's way too sweet, where you could taste all the sugar at the bottom of the darn tea and it doesn't taste the way it's supposed to. But I love me a good sweet tea where it's just enough, like maybe like 60% sugar, a little bit of honey, and a lot of southern flavor in it. But a lot of people can't make southern sweet tea because they're not from the South. Respectfully. Anyway, southern accent aside. Yes. It depends on the person, of course, but I tend to like my stuff sweet. I know some people don't, but I'm a sugar person. I love sweets. So I've gotten better as I've gotten older, of course, but I love me a lot of sweets in my stuff. Yeah, that doesn't really count. Well, coffee doesn't do much for me either, but I enjoy the taste. That's fair, Takashi. Like, I like coffee, like I don't mind a cold brew or like a cappuccino, but it's not gonna do anything for me. It's just going to be a drink I try. Whereas like I could always go all day with like some water and some tea. It makes me feel so good. I love it so much. So I may drink coffee, but it doesn't tweak me out. I'm gonna be well educated if I ever visit one day, as you should. So same, I drink. It doesn't tweak me out. Yeah, there's some really like places that have some dope sweet tea. Yeah. Listen, Toko, if you ever visit me, I'll give you a good Southern hospitality, because as a Southerner, that's just literally what I do. I have a lot of love and abundance in terms of things too, even though I don't come with all the racism, the problematic Nazism that sometimes is embedded sometimes in some of these historical places. But as a Southerner, I do believe we come with a lot of charm, care, and audacity. So I'm just saying. I'll even bust out with the accent for you. It's great. Takashi, I didn't know you were a Southerner. Wait. If you don't mind me asking, where are you from? I'm from, like, my people come from the lands that is the deep south. Even though, like, when I talk, like, this is my normal voice. I don't really have a Southern accent. It's more like if I think about it long enough and then like I go back there, I can have my Southern accent come out and speak the way I do. And then my culture shock comes out when I go to the West and the Northeast. But then if I talk like this, kind of like how Gambit does from Marvel Rivals, people think I'm not that smart. And I'm like, all right, back up. Which I will say this as a Southerner, not to go on my rant. I do not like it when people say that Southerners are not smart. That makes me so angry, that stereotype. I understand where it comes from, but genuinely speaking, like there's multiple regions in the South, and I think people write off the South a little too much. They're like, there's no bastion of like equality and whatever. And I'm like, the most gentle, most socially just people I've ever met, they're all over the world, but some of the coolest people who've done some amazing things are from the South. So I don't appreciate that, especially for folks slathering Gambit because he talks in third person, being like, Gambit wants to do this thing here. I'm like, he's just a Southern Creole man. I don't understand what y'all problem is. What's good? Type vibes. Let me catch up. Tea drinker, rarely drink coffee. Also terrible sweet tooth. This is why common we're friends respectfully. I appreciate you. Because I get it. Nice. It doesn't even give me a jolt, but I like it so much. I mean, you don't want me to not have coffee, but it doesn't do much. Gotcha. Funny enough, I just made cake. You made a cake, Takashi? You're gonna share? You made it at accent. I find it funny. Yes. My Southern accent is somebody who's actually not from Texas, which is why everybody thinks everybody from the South is from Texas. I'm like, there are multiple Southern states. Texas is not the only state with Southerners in it. My Southern accent comes out when I'm with family, yeah. Like, my blackness is it's constantly a thing, obviously, but like my Southernness is a part of who I am, my lineage. So it's funny when people say out of pocket stuff with Southerners, and then I can in my mind go, I guess you're talking about me since I got this old weed twizzle and you know, baby, what you doing? Because you're talking a little bit strange right now from somebody who is from the deep South. Not like the deep South, from like, you know, certain places where people just talk about cornbread, chicken, and grits. I'm come from a land of a people who are really celebratory and love good food and good eats, and sometimes walk around with no shoes on. So I don't know what you're talking about. Which is why I loved when Sinners came out, because even though it's not like my Southern culture, it's still very Southern to me, which is why I love Sinners. Anyway, that's my rant for the century. Not us twinning, by all means, come on through. This is why we're friends. I'll be bold. I was born and raised in Mississippi. That's what's up. That's what's up. Oh, I wasn't trying to do a Louisiana accent, because, but I get what you mean. Because the way that Gambit does it, yeah, because that's why, like, to your point, comment, Channing Tatum, when they do it, when he does it, it's funny, because it's not actually, it's not the way that it hits when you know somebody, some folks who are actually Creole and from that part of that world. But that's cool, Takashi, from Mississippi. Because, yeah, I can't do a Louisiana accent because there's different accents from Texas to Louisiana to Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Texas, even Tennessee. There's distinctions for folks from different regions of the South, which is why when people say Southern accent, I guess I'm starting to think they mean Texas. But that's a very like distinctive thing I notice, and only people who are not from the South sometimes will say stuff like that, and I'll be like, I know you're not from here, because that was definitely not from that region of the world. It's very funny to me. It's not offensive to me. Only people will say stuff about Southerners, but I just think it's funny. I just love Southern accent because it feels, yeah, I do too. Like, don't get me wrong, like I love the rest of the world, but I do appreciate running across a Southerner. We find each other in the wild. We do. Fresh pound cake for everybody. Oh, I love pound cake. I haven't had that in a minute. I just had some carrot cake though. My mom made some of that recently for the holidays, so no one cares about Texas except Texas. Fair. Oh, you have made fresh whipped cream with a nice scoop of ice cream. Let's go. Takashi, that's how I know you from the South. Because pound cake with ice cream on the side, or carrot cake with a little bit of ice cream. Oh my God, my childhood. I got in trouble for walking around with shoes on once. That's fair. Got something with your name and I got to share with the class. I went through a fresh whipped cream phase. I have it down to a science. Nice. And I will finish this before we wrap up stream today, I promise. Wait a minute. Oh, I know what's tripping me up, because I'm trying to get to the motif. That's why I'm like, huh? What is happening? All right, I need to move these here because it's tripping me up. This doesn't need to be like this either. And we have a winky edge. Got it. Yeah. There you go. Welcome back from the ads. People get so surprised when they find out I have a Southern accent. It's funny. Yeah. I think people get tripped up by me because of how I look and how I talk, so they can't pinpoint where I'm from. Say I'm finding way too many fits on that site you gave me. Thank you. I'm happy to share the fashion. When you said you like OG fashion, I actually am a fan of OG fashion as well. I want to get at least one or two fits. Even though I tend to primarily for Lolita fashion, I tend to be into Sweet Lolita, uniform Lolita fashion, and I am a little bit into like dark or gothic Lolita because I love Alice in Wonderland and fairy tales too. But OG fashion is really, really cool. So I'm glad you can find some fits. Let me know, of course, if I can help in any other way in that too, Toko, because I love Lolita and street fashion. I also love EGL. I'm in the EGL community, so I finally got put on game after. Let me see. Wait, I missed something when I did that. Yeah. That's why I think I'm very family oriented and people oriented and community oriented, because I just grew up in the South where like it wasn't just like my immediate family, it was also extended family, neighbors, like I know my neighbors, like community, like that's just something that to me is just very normal. So when people talk about like I don't talk to people, I understand, but it's not my experience. So like I think when I think about being in the South, it's like, you know, running around with no shoes on with my in the backyard of my grandma's house near the train that would pass by, and like being a Girl Scout, playing sports with people, like riding my bike with my best friend. I've been like river rafting and stuff like that down the creek. So it's just that type of stuff. But I think the stereotypes that come with that I've run into in life, because people I genuinely do think that people from the South are not smart. And it's something I've talked about on stream before. I know it's coming from a place of people who, one, think that when you're Southerner, you're usually not a person of color or you're not black. So I think when people think of the South, they think of like racist white people, which, okay, that's fair. But like most of my community, it's just Southern people, which is why, like, going back to talking about K-pop demon hunters, it's so funny when some of my friends who are not from the South meet my BIPOC friends. When I say BIPOC, I mean Black, Indigenous, and people of color. When they meet my Asian friends who have deep Southern accents, people get so tripped up by that. I'm like, they're from the South. Like, I don't know what you were expecting. Like, and they can not necessarily like code switch like AAVA, but they can code switch because they're from the South. Their accent comes out and they do what I do. It's like, yeah. So it's very interesting in that way. And I know where it comes from. And of course it comes from like, yeah, exactly. People don't think black women can talk properly and that type of thing. But that's why, like, I have my Southern accent. I have these different voices I have. But then it's like, I do know I have, you know, African American vernacular, AAVA, which has been adopted a lot more in the mainstream. Which is why when people say stuff like, got, I don't know what to do with that. Or snow bunny mind control, even though that's a joke. It's a joke. Scion's joke between like friends and stuff. But it's so funny how some of these terms that I grew up with that people used to call ebonics back in the 2000s and 2010s are now words that people are using in their common everyday language that to me is something like I used to get made fun of for speaking in my accent or talking the way I did. So it's very interesting how like cultures and things shift. And obviously I know a lot of it being black and black culture being commodified, but it's just so interesting to me. It really does. It fascinates me a lot. People always get so surprised whenever they hear me speak because I don't swing or anything like that. Yeah, exactly. Like, again, I know where it comes from. I know that there are like stereotypes come from some truth in the sense of what some people are like being problematic. But I think people write off a whole region of the world. And like, of course, southern parts of other countries in a very weird way. And it's just interesting to me, like being the way that I have where I'm like, yeah, I don't really care for that. Which is why the whole thing with Gambit and Marvel Rivals, where people are making fun of him for speaking in third person, I'm like, well, he's Creole. And there are people who are alive who are Creole descent. So I don't know why y'all are being weird about him speaking in that very Cajun southern accent of his. It's a part of Louisiana. So, especially when I moved, they said I talked funny. Yeah, which sucks. I'm so sorry you went through that. Because to me, like, I know I've been made fun of because I don't pronounce out words properly, which is fine. It doesn't bother me. Because I know some people are just saying, like, you know, you say that's like this. I'm like, that's fine. Yeah, they call everyone baby. Yeah. I love, like, the Louisiana accent. It's really cool. But I wish more people would do their due diligence to travel through the South and actually talk to the people here. There's a rich culture, which is why I think Sinners hit so many people hard with the Southern Goth background, because I'm like, this is Southern culture. It's so rich. And this is just Louisiana. And sorry, Mississippi, excuse me, for Sinners. So you're missing like whole regions of amazing people. I got made up for sounding too white, and that was annoying. Shaking my head. Yes. I too went through that same thing, and it made me mad because as a black person, you're just being yourself. What do you mean I'm supposed to talk a particular way as a black person? But I can go on around about that all day. Like, I don't have the self-hatred that unfortunately some black people are taught to not like themselves. And I grew up with a lot of people who are very proud to be black, not in a way that's like it was always coming from a place of like knowing your culture and history and knowing that you carry that with you wherever you go in life. So because I had that strong community oriented world around me, but like that's why like when people said stuff like that to me, I would go to my parents and be like, I'm so confused, why is this happening? And then my parents would be like, we gotta have to talk. We gotta have to talk about you being black in the world. And now I've learned, unfortunately, racism is a bitch and a half, but now we're here. Every state is so different, even when you're from the South. Yeah, exactly, because when I've been to like Alabama or South Carolina or Florida or even Alabama or even flying through Texas, like it's just so different. Which is why like I've been to New York, California, I've been out west, Northeast, and I've been to South Korea. That's why I'm very much somebody who loves different cultures and identities while being respectful of where people come from and how they talk. Because one thing, linguistic fact that I thought was really cool, for example, is that the Southern accent that you hear from like regions of Georgia and Florida and South Carolina is actually the descendants of folks who came from Britain, the British Empire. And there was this woman who, I gotta find the video where she actually spoke in a British accent, and you can see how she transformed her voice to speak in a Southern accent, because that's when colonization happened. And you can hear how people who were speaking in British, and then, you know, slavery and stuff happened. You can see how people who were enslaved and stuff changed their language, still taking the remnants of what people were talking, but made it their own. And that's how you got the Southern accent. Like, it's a lot more complicated than that, but it's just really cool linguistically how people started speaking in the accents and tones that they do. I know I ran on a rant on KeiraVT stream about it, for those of you who've checked out KeiraVT talking about linguistics, but that's why I think it's really cool. I mean, when I started driving for Jackson Public Schools, the kids said I talked funny. Oh, me too. My mom wouldn't allow me to talk like my little friends in her house. I was like 10 when I moved, so that tracks. It's weird how I was compared to other black kids, and that was weird bar put on me. Mind you, there were only a few of us in that school. That's fair. I have unfortunately had that common occurrence. Wait, what is this talk y'all talking about? Yep, it was them trying to be different. Yeah. That talk, unfortunately, that when you're black, your parents have to tell you that unfortunately the world is very anti-black, and you're gonna have to learn how to navigate that talk. Which doesn't just happen when you're a kid, it happens throughout your life, where you run up into things that your parents or your grandparents have talked about in terms of just what it means to know that you are not of the dominant class, and that unfortunately, because you're black, you're gonna have people do weird stuff to you. So it's that talk. Because for me, because I was my family, like it wasn't where they didn't teach me that these things would happen per se, but it was more like they themselves, like I grew up in a household where blackness was celebrated, and so my parents like always did a good job of like having books by black people or stories by black people, and my mom like really got us engaged in science and technology. So when these conversations came up, my parents would do a really good job, which again, it wasn't perfect obviously, but they were able to inform us of like, this is the realities of you being who you are. And when you're in spaces where there aren't that many people who look like you in some degree, and sometimes versus places where there are a lot of people, you run into what, you know, that phrase of blackness is not a monolith. So I've been around people of all walks of life within the black community, but also outside of folks being around non-black people and stuff too. So it's why like I have a variety of experiences, but why I think, like I said, I've had the privilege of having a really strong like sense of self when I was young. So even though I didn't have the language of it, I didn't have my insecurities and things, as any kid would, like I would be confused sometimes, being like, well, why? And then I'd be like, oh. Because I remember, for example, like this incident when I was younger where, like when I was really young, as I do now, I usually keep my hair up in a bun. That's my big default thing. I used to do like my grandma, who has hair down to her butt. So what ended up happening, because like I was one of those few black kids in one of my classes, is because I used to wear my hair down. When I took my hair down, it would be down my back, and I'm short. So me having long hair is not really a thing. It just very much imagine like a tinier version of me with like long hair down to my back, being a little puffy and stuff, like lion's mane. So I remember like people being weirded out saying like, how do you have all that hair? And I'm like, well, I would, like It's fine. But I think at the time I was confused because my brain was like, well, I've always had long hair. My mom let me keep it long and stuff. But I didn't realize it's because of the stereotypes that people have about black women in their hair. And I'm like, okay. Now, there's anything wrong with wearing wigs, braids, and things like that. I think that stuff is cool. Like, obviously, I'm a champion for that. But, like, it threw people off when I was growing up because they'd be like, I've never met a black woman with long hair. And I'm like, okay. I don't know what to do with that. So, anyway, going on to discussion. Let me catch up. Yeah, we watched a really cool documentary, how the British people who came to America changed their accent on purpose. Yeah, exactly. Which I think is really fascinating when you look at it from different regions of the United States, too, in terms of colonialization and the things that have happened here, in terms of how people speak and how language has transformed. And still is to this day, because I think they said the Southern accent is actually going away, which is really wild. Actually, don't think I had that talk. It was something I realized things kept happening around me. Oh, I see. Common. Oh, I'm so sorry you didn't have someone explain this to you. You're going through it. That sounds hard, and it is. The closest talk was when I was in a black student program and things were getting caught on camera. Oh, before 2019. Ugh, I'm so sorry. I had to have this take every time to get my hair braided. It's better now, but they did not get it in high school. Hi, Sasa. Welcome in. Yes, we were talking about the Southern accent. They just wanted to. Exactly. I agree with you there. They say less people are using it, but I don't think it's ever going to go away. Saza, welcome in. I hope you're doing well, and it's lovely to see you. I hope you're having a nice one. Let me give you a shout out. We were talking about, I just got off a 10-hour shift. Oh, I hope you stop giving me a shout out. I'm going to give you a shout out every time you come. I support my friends and mutuals. That's just how that goes. You can either accept my love and affection, friend, respectfully, mutuals, or not. That is your choice to make. Oh, yeah, that's goofy thinking my hair would grow straight, keeping it a do-rag on. Thinking about it, Dad, why didn't you tell me what was used for? I'm crying! Did nobody tell you what a do-rag was for? Common! Friend! Let me be your black friend and tell you this. I wear me a bonnet every night. I'm so serious. Good fucking Lord, you deserve a long rest. Exactly. You're gonna find me every time, Sasa? I'll take it. It's fine. You're still getting a shout out, but it's okay. It's okay, comment. I didn't know what the hell was a pick till college! Till college, Sasa! Why didn't nobody tell you what a pick was? Let me be y'all black auntie. Let me put you on game. I know y'all are like not that much younger than me. You didn't have any black friends growing up, Sasa? No! Why is that a thing? Bro, I'm wearing a bonnet right now. Takashi! It's so real. Oh my God, Joe, people failed you. I had to learn all the things like in college, but oh my God. But that often happens too, especially I've noticed that, not necessarily I've noticed with some of my black friends, but also some of my biracial black friends, as in like my Blasian friends. It depends. Bonnets and scarf me nowadays for my locks. Let's go. We love a good lock. Listen, we love locks around here. But that's what I'm saying. Like I had the privilege of growing up with like my mom did my braids for me, so I'm learning how to do that. I want to learn how to cornrow better and do braids. I do my mom's makeup. My sister, I can do flat iron and stuff like that. And then I also can like cook to some. I can't really cook, but I want to learn because my mom has a lot of like Southern black like recipes she's learning, so I want to learn how to cook and do stuff like that along with the Final Fantasy 14 cookbook and stuff. Like I know people try to put it on me to my, oh, you don't like being black, but I love being black. You can't take that from me. Okay, so I'm adopting all of my black friends. I'm adopting you right now. I'm adopting you. You're getting adopted today. That's how that goes. We're going back into the ads. And I swear I'm going to finish this better, I promise. Not the ads. Not the blazing struggle is real. I'm in a desperate need of a retwist, but I'm proud of my long hair. That's what's up. Welcome back from the ads. Let me catch up in the chat. I'm here for the locks. My grandma taught me how to cook. I still hate it, but I know how, which is dope. I also have like 2B, 3B curls, so like help. Okay. So just respectfully, Zaza, I got you. But that's without my black friends. We're like, let me put you on game, sis. I got you. I made me just need a retweet, but I'm proud of my long hair. I read that. At least y'all don't get the no, I get that. So what I understand is the weird comparison of which black kid is whitewashed and which is considered the usual black kid. So that's why at the time I didn't make friends with other black kids, not because I didn't want to, but at the same time, pop culture back then was not the same as today. That's fair. That's fair comment. I went through that too because I think what tripped me up a lot was that the anti-blackness comes from other people as you age. So I grew up in a household that was very much like I had a lot of like people in my life who were like, yeah, we're black. That's just how we are. That's who we are as a people, right? So when I recontextualized my experience as an adult now, it was more like people would say stuff to me that I was like, why is that not black? I don't understand. Like me liking books and stuff or being into cartoons, like why does that make me not a black person? And I understand where it comes from, but it doesn't make it any less annoying. And then because of how I look, to Sasa's point, like I'm fully black. But people would think I was either Filipino or something else. I don't know how to explain it, but I think it's because people's conception of what blackness can look like is based in stereotype. And again, I don't have any problem with that, of course, because like, you know, people are making an assumption and there's, you know, people should have Filipino pride, but I wasn't Filipino. I was black, so it was very interesting back then. I have a weird fine black girl, even the hairdressers don't always know how to do with it. Fair. And then for those of you co-working with me, we're going to do another 10-minute break. I was going to play UMAMI, but I probably won't, y'all. I got something to do. I got to check in about something around like 9:30, 9:45, so we might just save that for later this week. Just a heads up. I was trying to, but now we got a next conversation, and y'all know me when I talk. Sometimes it's just a chatting and like co-working stream. So, I did deal with the fact that like people did stereotype me where some black folks were like, you're not black enough, but I never got that from family. So a lot of my love of being black comes from the fact that people who just saw me authentically as who I am and knowing that blackness is not a monolith and that you can still care about your culture and background with also being respectful of other people's culture and stuff too. And I had the privilege to meet some really cool black people throughout my life who really reinforced that message too. My only exposure to blackness was that thankfully my dad's side and being close to my cousins, they were like little brothers to me. That's super cool. Common, you got close to your cousin, bro. My cousins won't even talk to me because I'm like too on culture when it comes to being black. Dang, no. For me, it's not black enough for the black kids, not Asian enough for the Asian kids. I'm so sorry. That's so annoying. But I've heard that a lot, Common, and I can't speak to it, of course. I'm not Blasian. But I've heard that from a lot of my like biracial friends, like my black and Asian friends. They feel very ostracized from their black side of life and from their Asian side, which sucks. We all kind of grew up together, so they did notice I was different in how I talked and such, but they put me on game here and there. Yeah, dudes are struggle. My family were the ones who talked about because I like different things than they did. Yeah, I had some of that too, which I'm not a fan of, but it just comes back to the fact that, like, I think people have sometimes narrow-minded views of being black, which ain't cool. And it's not that thing of, like, yeah. And I know for me, like, I don't have internalized anti-blackness where I genuinely don't. Like, if you black to me. That's just it. Like, if you love your people and your culture, that's it. There ain't nothing to it to me. I don't have I'm always unpacking my internalized anti-blackness in a sense of as people say in terms of like culture and assimilation, when you're around people who don't look like you, it's very easy to get caught up in assimilation, and that's a reality we all grapple with. And I'm not saying that's not something you will not have to deal with as you age and stuff, even past adulthood. But what I mean by always confronting anti-blackness is that there's a lot of stereotypes in media and systems that tell you that being black is bad, and all these associations with that I regularly am like, hell no. I love being a black woman. You can tell me nothing. You can't tell me anything about it, and I'll fight you all damn day about it. I come from a very powerful group of black women and femmes, so you can fight me on it kind of vibes, if that makes any sense. Dude, being racial is biracial is an odd identity crisis struggle for real, but I really learned how to love being me in terms of ethnicity and stuff. Yeah, and I think that's great to hear, because like, I want people to be proud of who they are, no matter where they come from. That's something that I really enjoy in terms of being black and being around other black people. But I also really appreciate seeing other folks who are from multiple cultures and groups to really celebrate themselves. You should celebrate that. Now, I didn't know anything. I'm literally learning everything now. Like, it's so weird because like, people, what is that? People like, you don't know that, bro? Let me be. I'm sorry I didn't grow up. Thank you. I always felt ashamed and embarrassed as anything I should know. I love being black now, but it took some time to get there. That's fair. It's okay. You got homies here to help you run game and stuff. I was learning anything from my black folks. Don't you dare. It's all about learning. You can't know what you never taught. Yeah, Sasa. Like, of course, like, I don't want to say this, like, on the stream to put you on the spot, but all my black friends know, like, if you ever need to know something to be put on game respectfully and you just didn't get that younger, like, please let folks who are you're connected to because you're black be there for you. Like, for real. Like, if you, like, Common is saying, like, let me put you on game. You black. So, putting it out there. Hi, Ella. Welcome in. My server? Is that what I do? Is that hi, BB? Welcome in. Giving you a shout out. Check out all these amazing people who just said hi in the chat. But no, respectfully, like, first, check out BB, check out Ella, and then Ella, you're on together. Am I on together lobby? Am I gonna screw this up again? We're just talking about like blackness and the black experience and stuff like that too. Yes, Sasa, we got you. Listen, that song, cause I love being black. Listen, I'm so serious. I got you, Sasa. You are black. I don't care what part of the world you're in. Yeah, people usually name it after their. You can do that, Ella. I did not know you could do that. I saw there's a server ID, but like, I didn't know you could name it. Shit. Yeah, I've been dealing with people saying I wasn't black enough because I'm different, and most of my weirdness has to do with growing up in Canadian. But to that point, baby, like, you're black, so you're just a black Canadian person. Just like when I talk to my friends in Japan who are black and Japanese, I'm like, you still black? Hello? Like, be so serious. But I understand where it comes from. Tell me the people who tell me to like play that guessing game with me. Like, black is black is black. I'm so serious. So, but I understand where you're coming from, because even being black in the South, people would have stereotypes about me and stuff too, which is why I'm saying on this stream, if you are a black person, you got a parent who is black, you got black people in your life, you are black, period. Do not let nobody argue with you on that, especially if you phenotypically look like a black person, you are black. And there's a whole thing about like what happens if you don't look stereotypically black, which whatever the hell that even means, because I don't like when people do that where they're like, oh, you da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, stop. But blackness is not a monolith. So if you are black and have black ancestry, you are a black person to me, period. There's no debate. There's no debate. So Ella's like, send help, see. All right, hold on. Because I got that too, and I'm a fully monoracial black person. I get that when I was younger. People were like, are you a black person? I'm like, yes. What are you talking about, bro? Like, my dad is right there. He had an afro and everything growing up. He was a drumline kid, y'all. He was a drumline kid. So, but I'm serious, Sasa. Like, if you ever, like, I mean this in a respectful way, of course. You don't have to. But, like, you can ask most of my friends, like, if you ever have any questions about stuff, please know, like, blackness is a cultural experience. It's something that you come into as well. And if you didn't get that, you know, I'm always here for friends and mutuals and community being like, what's good? Because that's what black people do. We help each other out. This is it. It will show in some shape before. Exactly. All right, let me fix this on together lobby so people who want to join me can. I might just make another one instead of me doing it private because I think I screwed up again. I always do that. Golly. I be clumsy. That's just how that goes. All right, let me go just chatting for just a second. I'll figure out on together one day. Like Saza, like I genuinely mean it in all seriousness. Like if I can affirm you in that way as a black person, you are black. Period. You are black. Period. Don't ever let anybody take that from you. Because that used to make me mad because I had a friend that I often talk about. I appreciate her. One of a student that I got to mentor who's now like married, lawyer, doing badass stuff. But again, like I think about her in terms of her experience coming into her own with somebody who's black and Japanese. But that's what I mean about like the fact that people who are black are not being affirmed in who they are. And blackness does not come in the way that people commodify it sometimes. And people need to accept that and understand that like people are not ashamed to be who they are. It's the racism and the stereotypes that is hard to deal with. So, and thank you, Ella. I will do that. Let me see. Thank you for putting me on game, Ella, because I will get this together. Because I want to do more co-working with Pinecone. This you should see their faces when they don't expect me to be black. It's not my fault. So, and I'm glad y'all feel comfortable enough to share these experiences with me on the internet. Because like deadass, I understand. They are relatable. And while like when I was younger, I'm really grateful, like I said, and to have had those experiences. I'm sorry, baby. What? What you mean she's being black and disabled? What does that even mean? What does that even mean? What are you talking about? Adult surviving capitalism? I'm crying. That is a wild lobby, though. Oh, yeah. Because that's the intersectionality of it, where people cannot accept that, like, people are black and queer, black and disabled, black, queer, and disabled, like, all the labels. That's not cool, though. I'm so sorry, BB. That's annoying, though, but I know people do that, too. It is really gross, and I'm not a fan. Like, at all. Okay, I think I got the lobby up, Ella, if you want to join me. I'll be doing stuff for like 30 to 45 more minutes. I'm going to go to the library, though, in game if you want to find me. It's public now. And that's what I mean about the intersectionality of it. It's like some people really miss that nuance in terms of you can still be black and be multiple intersections of an identity. And I think people expect it to come in a way that is palatable for them, but that's not cool either. Like, it's not cool at all. I'm not a fan. But the black folks in my life also have disabilities too, so that's why I hate it so much. And it's very different from being a like not being black and being disabled, being black and able-bodied, and being black and disabled. So that's why I understand what you mean, BB, and that people will try it, and I'm like, you trying it with the wrong sis, okay? You trying it with the wrong girl, the wrong woman. I don't do that. We're not doing that here. You can't make somebody divorce their identities like that. That's not cool. All right, I'm gonna do a counter so I can finish the rest of this pattern on stream. If I don't finish it today, we'll finish it this week. But I want to do up counter for like 20, 30 more minutes. Okay. All right. All right. Hi, Ella. Joining me in my labis. They've all said I make black people look weak. That's not cool. I'm so sorry, BB. You don't deserve that. But I know people say stuff like that, and it sucks. I'm so sorry. At least around me, I would just shut that shit down. Excuse my language. Sorry, I'm a little bit too much of a spitfire. I ain't doing that. We're not doing that to people. That's rude. That makes me angry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry you have to deal with people like that. And I know people say that stuff, and it's gross. Let me see. Yeah, Planet X. Make it these people because my face cannot lie as well as my mouth. People that make others choose a minority group makes me want to scream, right? And I know the face that make, right? I'm used to being discriminated against, but having so many black people attack me being disabled was heartbreaking, yeah. And that's that internalized ableism that I really genuinely hate. And unfortunately, it does come from people within our own culture that can sometimes be like that, and it's really problematic, and no, I'm not here for it. But a lot of my favorite humans are black folks with disabilities. I love them dearly, and I would not change them any way in the world. So just know, at least, BB, I appreciate you. And again, like, I know you're used to it, but you shouldn't have to be. And that's the unfortunate thing about, like, being black at multiple intersections. You should not have to be used to that type of stuff. Unfortunately, with the world we live in, people have to deal with this stuff, and I hate it so much. So, but I want you to know you don't ever deserve that. You can still be black and be disabled and still be an amazing human being. Period. Right? Yeah, all skin folk ain't your kin folk, and I'm not here for that. I'm not here for that. Period. And as somebody who's a history connoisseur in terms of things like studying black history, especially black disability history, like I talked about this book earlier this year for Black History Month, but like the ways that black folks have moved through this world despite the intersections they live at is why I tell people, like, do not confine blackness to something that you don't understand. It's why, like I said, I have a reverence for other people's culture and being respectful and learning about it and not being stereotypical. But it's also why I deeply love being of the African descent of diaspora. So I love how I say that and we go into an ad break. Oh my God. Oh, Sauce, if you never had oxtail and jerk chicken, we just gonna get you some. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Let me put you on game, sis. That's all that means. Let me put you on game. That's all that means. Instead of being like, why you ain't never had it, be like, can I give you some? Oxtail and jerk chicken is amazing. I'm so serious. Let me put you on game. That's all that means. Yeah, the harassment I faced like 4 years ago when I got canceled almost killed me multiple times. It was heartbreaking that the black cosplay community abandoned me and even attacked me. And thanks to that, I was able to find better people, regardless of race, that appreciates me. Far too many black people see each other as competition. That is the unfortunate truth too in terms of, what is it? What am I thinking of the word? Racial capitalism, the world that we live in, where people, instead of building together and finding community, they end up seeing each other as competition. Welcome back from the ads. So I hate that. I'm glad that you found better people regardless who appreciate you, but I do know that internalized ableism is a problem within the black community and then also can be problematic of like outside of it too. So I'm so sorry. And I'm glad you're here, like I always say. And like Mick is saying, yeah, glad that you made it through. And like, yeah, I'm around people who would ride at dawn for people. We don't play that around here. That's not my vibe. We can have fun, but as soon as you start being a big, and my southern ass is gonna be like, tally ho, and I'm gonna fight you. I'm sorry. I might be cute and petite, but I'll fight you. Don't do that to people. But that's why I don't want to say I got myself in trouble, but as I've said on stream, some people didn't like that about me, but I was like, I don't care. You don't have to like me, but you're not going to say something, excuse my language, fucked up to somebody because you got an issue, okay? We're not going to do that. I don't think I've ever had it. Like, I've had a lot of different types of Asian foods, but like on the other side of black food, uncultured. All right, Saza, so what I'm hearing is we gotta put you on game. We gotta put you on game. I gotta get you cornbread, chicken, and grits, the whole 9 yards. We gotta do jerk chicken and everything else. I will remember this. We gotta put you on game. You had cornbread, grits, okay. All right, cool. But you haven't had jerk chicken. You live in the South. Okay, my apologies. So you but like, okay, but if you've had cornbread and grits, then why are people coming at you for not having jerk chicken? You can have that. What? Saza, we just gotta get you on game for the foods you haven't tried yet. I don't know if people are coming at you for that though. They doing too much. Let me catch up in the chat. Where was I growing up? In the South, being a goober, pretty much. Good on you for understanding this side, even though they were wrong as fuck. Yeah, I guess they saw me being more marginalized than them, so I was getting a lot of money and attention, got jealous, but didn't realize that I wasn't extra. I needed those things to literally stay alive. Yeah. I think people with, particularly what you're saying, BB, is an important conversation, because I think when people talk about disability, it's very much in a way that is problematic. In that way that people talk about, like, people getting handouts, which is so gross. Yeah, me saying it like that just makes me feel icky, because no one who has disabilities wants to deal with the stuff that comes with the lack of like resources because of ableism that exists in the world. So I genuinely don't like when people act like when you need support in a way that it's taking something away from them when it has nothing to do with them. This world is very ableist, so people who can't navigate that take it out on people who are just trying to survive. And that makes me angry. But that's internalized ableism people need to work out. Because you're not guaranteed to be able-bodied. Period. You're just not. But your string person got you better pace. It seems all the best for you. They would also pocket watch me say I couldn't have fun things. Which is really gross. Because that's also this conversation we're having on the internet where like people are saying disabled folks shouldn't get married and do things. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Why would they not want to have happiness? Why can't folks who have different types of bodies from you not be happy? What is wrong with y'all? But again, that's internalized, which ain't got nothing to do with you, BB. At all. Ain't got nothing to do with you. I'm hearing you need a family dinner. Exactly. Thanks. I'm grateful to still be your sauce. Need to try more foods. Yes, that Jamaican, not black. I never had a black family cookout on Thanksgiving. Saza, we gotta take you to a black cookout. You gotta experience the Soul Train line at a cookout. When people bringing leftovers and playing spades. I cannot play spades. I will play Uno and I will do a stack 24 on all my black people in this chat. I love y'all, but I will square up on you in that way. Exactly what you need. You need this. I'm willing to try more, but I guess I'm scared to meet people I haven't had. Saza, I want you to know I'm adopting you in this chat to where like you are black and it's okay to share the experiences you haven't had. It is okay, at least in my like spaces. I can't speak for other spaces, of course. You are welcome to speak about the experiences you haven't had. I will never make fun of somebody about that. If you just haven't experienced something, you just haven't experienced something. That's okay. That's fine. Yeah, I will go out and try foods. And yes, I'm glad you're here, BB. Not like mini black foods. There's a lot of like Italian Mexican where I live, which I have nothing against. Yeah, wanting a cat, baby, I believe you, but that's still so gross. I think you'd be a great cat parent, like cat owner. What the hell? Sorry, just people suck. See, I had the Filipino cookout, but like that's just loud carrying compared to 5 people in the morning. Listen, Filipinos throw down. I love my Filipino friends, by the way. Y'all are lit. Yeah, people said I was too disabled to have a cat and would abuse it because I was that's so rude. Stop playing with me. People play too much. They play too much and then they act like people like me won't say nothing. And I don't gotta be like, I don't have to be particular type of way, but I'm gonna look at people like, say that to my face again. See how I'm gonna respond. I don't gotta cuss you out or yell, but I want you to say that again so I can check you right in this moment. Cause ain't nobody finna say that. That's wild. I'm so sorry. Some of my family won't come over because I have 2 cats. And again, I never care. I want the cats here. Bring it. All cats are circling. What? Who are these people? They say this and then like non-disabled people are dropping off pets more often than disabled people. I have 2 cats now. I didn't listen. Let's go! Be the cat parent. I love cats. My cat is currently being a goofy goober hiding somewhere in my house. He got a new litter box and he's just being a goof. He's sitting there all paranoid, like, what is this? I'm like, sir, if you do not use your potty. I feel on the pet thing, I was told I shouldn't get an emotional support dog because I have severe anxiety. I'm so sorry, Saza. Actually, a lot of the times they say that if you have like anxiety or depression, having a pet actually helps out a lot, especially a cat. So I think people should get pets. Like, knowing, of course, what it takes, of course, like money and time, but like, you know, do whatever makes sense for you, because that's just mean. Like 4 in the morning. So I'm so sorry. But yeah, Shaza, we gonna take you to a cookout, respectfully. Like, I'm so serious. A black cookout, because I'm dead ass there. I will make you collard greens, chicken, and grits. I'm so serious. I'm so serious. Gonna suplex. Yeah, exactly, Toko. Like, pets are important. They have different personalities. So like BB saying, exactly, find one that works for you. Pets are really good for folks who have anxiety, depression, and have chronic illnesses. It can be really great to have somebody that you have a pet you can take care of. It's counterintuitive, but it has helped a lot, because I know that's why, like, my family and friends, some of them have gotten cats because it helps them like deal with some of the issues they go through in life. And they also have like dogs that look out for them, so if they go through like a seizure or something, like people say that happens, their pet can look out for them, like just another family member type things. So yeah, that was my family every year for Christmas when my grandparents were alive. Nice. Yes. Hubby says I collect doodles. My cat Evie saved my life. She gave me a reason to live and give. And that's what I'm saying, BB, which I'm so glad to hear that. And that's such a cute name for a cat, by the way. But that's what I mean, where like a lot of my loved ones have pets because it's genuinely the reason they are still alive. And I'm so grateful for that, because like, of course they live for other things, but I genuinely think a pet has kept some of my people alive, because they know, like, I don't want to, excuse me, not to be dark for a second, but they don't want to leave. Because if they leave, their pet's not going to have their pet owner. And that's something really important. And that's just real. That's real, though. So, see, it's just my mom. And if we came into the kitchen at AM, you could hear, gotcha. I totally get this. My Roxy, she passed last year, saved my life at getting healthy when I was having an asthma attack. Yep. Pets know how to trust their people. And that's just the truth of the matter. So. Being disabled is isolating, so having pets is great. Yeah. Yep. Wakes up with me when my breathing is bad. Got you. That's fair. Nah, man, the most kindest people I've known in my life were people who were disabled. Exactly. He's probably saved my life, yeah. I believe it. I really do. Same with me too, Saza. A lot of my favorite people are folks who had disabilities and came from all walks of life, who have been the kindest to me. If I've had some stuff go wrong in terms of things, it's been a lot of able-bodied people who would say some stuff that I don't appreciate. Especially stuff like just get over things and whatever, and I don't appreciate that. So. Sorry, I was gonna do this pattern, finish it, but I've been talking to y'all, which I appreciate. So if we don't finish this, I'll probably finish this off stream and this are another pattern. My cats. Oh, that's so cute. They're adorable. That's what's up. Pet them for me. Yes, give the pets. If you have pets, I hope you give them a lot of love on behalf, because I love me some dope pets. They're menaces. Yes, cats. Oh my god, they be so cute, and they know they cute, but they be diabolical, and they spoiled. I'm shaking your hand in solidarity, baby. My pet is also spoiled. He be doing too much. I love that little man, but he do way too much. And you know he can get away with it because he got a little push nose. And he's cute. They have cat shells and everything. Is their house? We just live here. Exactly. Let me see if I can find my pet. Hold on. Let me see. Here. So we're talking about pets. Or am I not gonna find one? Where's my baby? Where he at? I got a picture of him somewhere. I always do this every time. If I can't find it before we end stream, I will share him next time. But I have a baby cat. He's almost 2. He's a short-haired Persian. We got him, like people know, my cat died last year. Oh, let me switch. I know I'm like repeating some songs a lot. And I'll catch up in the chat in just a second. I'm trying to see if I can find one. If I can't find one, I will share next time. Since I know we're getting close to having to wrap up stream soon. And then I'll keep the On Together lobby open for a little bit longer, just as a heads up. Where did I put my baby? Where did I put Lil Mans? Maybe I did that thing where I said I had a picture and then I don't. That's my bad. I'll show him next time. But I have a short-haired Persian. He's adorable. Oh! We got a hype train and a raid? I was unprepared for both. Oh my god. First, Maddie, thank you for all the gift subs. You're so sweet. Thank you so much. I looked away looking for my cat and there was a raid. Oh my god. First of all, thank you, Jazz, for the raid. Hi, everybody. For those of you who don't know me, my name is C or C7, your friendly neighborhood artsy scientist. That's not a joke. I actually am a scientist in real life. I'm getting ready for school next year. Literally in January. But I am somebody who does co-working. I'm doing some lace bobbing, which I also do crafts on stream. I also play games like Final Fantasy XIV, Sea of Stars, South of Midnight, and just really awesome adventure games while talking about life and real world things. So Jazz is a really cool streamer. So if you haven't been over to their channel, you should go check them out. Really cool person. Got to play games with them and everything else. Thank you for the follow, Boo Day RPG. We love that name. That's super cool. But I got to enjoy playing some games with Pronounced Steven. But Jazz is a really cool person, so go check them out. Please enjoy their fun and magic. And for those of you writing in on the raid, I'm so sorry. I was looking away first. I could see if I had a cat photo, but I don't. So I will share next time. But you're welcome to hang out with me. I'm actually getting ready to wrap up stream probably in the next like 5 to 10 minutes. But you're welcome to hang out with me as I wrap up doing some co-working and some lace on stream, as well as talking about like the Black experience and other things too, and intersectionality and stuff like that as well. Everybody's talking about their pets and everything in the chat. But thank you so much for the raid, Jazz. If you need to raid and run, including everybody who came through on the raid, please know you can. I will not hold you here. Please take care of your mental and physical health first and foremost at all times. And, you know, do what you have to do. But I'd love to see you sometime on the internet if I do. If not, it's all goody and hoodie. I just hope you enjoy the rest of your time zone wherever you are in the world. But yeah, you see my home is their house. We just live here. They have cat shelves and everything. My dog has little stairs to get on the beds. All these things sound cute. I love these pets. Pets are so important. Exactly. I need some of these. My dog just whines at me, and so I pick her up. He's like a little demon because he won't use it. Trying to jump on his side. I love the cats and the pets. And again, thank you so much again for the hype train. I'm not used to this at all. Y'all are super sweet. Again, subs are appreciated. You do not have to sub to me, of course, respectfully, but if you do, I do appreciate it. And please, for those of you who got subs, I hope you say thank you to Medi, and I hope you enjoy the badges, because it's lit. He never stops getting spoiled by everyone. He never, but has strong towards. I'm crying. Oh my god! Also, I love your raid message, Jazz, in terms of hype train. Oh, thank you for giving a gift sub, Boo Day RPG. You just got here. Thank you so much. You're super kind. All my dogs are Labradoodles because I'm allergic to all the other ones. I try really hard not to be allergic to them. It didn't work all. And y'all should follow Medi. They are a really dope gamer who... Medi, please don't let me forget. If we don't do it this month, I still want to play Monster Hunter with you. I got to do that with you again. That was fun. We got to play Monster Hunter Wilds together. But you should go follow Medi. They're super cool as well. My dogs don't listen to money when I'm home. Thank you so much for the shouty. Oops, sorry for the late rate. You're fine, Jazz. I'm just clumsy. You're good. But it's lovely to see you. I hope stream was fun, by the way, too. Even though if you've already left because you needed to take care of yourself, I'm not offended as I catch up in the chat. Now, my dogs love... But, like, if you have socks on, good luck. I'm crying. You ain't gonna have that sock on no more. Sock time. Again, thank you so much for the subs, y'all. Y'all are super sweet. It's always appreciated. Never expected, of course. BB got banned? Wait, what happened to BB? Wait. Wait. Why did BB get banned? Hold on. What just happened? Let me fix that. Mick, I think you might have accidentally banned BB. Okay, let me see if I can fix that. Shit. Let me fix that. BB's probably like, what the heck? Because, okay. Hold on, y'all. I have never... Shit, I've never had to unban somebody. It says BB's not banned from this channel. Huh? Okay. Oh, Mick, you already removed it. I'm so sorry, BB. I don't know if you're still there. Crap. That was a complete accident. And I know Mick didn't mean it either. It's fine. But I'm so sorry, BB. That was a complete accident. I hope you're still here if you can hear us. Oh my, I've caught a straight TO before, but dang. I had no idea how I did that. Yeah. I know, Mick, you're still getting used to this stuff on Twitch too. But thanks y'all for letting me know. Cause let me also message BB too. Shit. It's okay. Stuff happens. It's okay. Yeah. Yeah, I just sent a whisper to BB. Okay, welcome back. Here. Yeah, thank you so much for being helpful. And just because that happened, BB, here. Let me see. Just to make up for that. You don't have to keep the sub after, but because you got accidentally banned, I felt like that could, I wanted to give that to you. So, And Mick did not mean to do it. So again, so sorry for the shenanigans with that. So, yeah. Because I know I'm still figuring out Twitch too. So, yeah. I'm so sorry. Because totally didn't know how I clicked it. I will miss. I think I was scrolling up the read and hit it by accident. Yeah. And again, I appreciate that, Mick. Again, I know you did not mean it. I know like Twitch is just strange. So, yeah. But to make up for it, I wanted to give you the gift sub because I know that was not intentional. So, you're really cool, BB. Yeah. No, it's okay. I wanted to do that because like I know like that was an accident, but I don't want you to feel like you're not appreciated. You are appreciated. So I wanted to make sure that we and I thank y'all so much for being kind and reaching out to BB too to make sure that BB knows they're appreciated here. So I really do appreciate that for real, and I appreciate y'all being in community with me in terms of that. So, but yeah. I almost blocked someone in my chat. It's wild. It's very easy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm not mad at Mick. Like, shit happens. Twitch is a hot mess. It's easy to do some wild shit on here by accident if you're not careful. So I totally get it. So that's why I'm not mad. We gotta fix it and handle it and apologize. As again, you have my sincerest apologies, BB. Because for me, I be hitting stuff on Twitch all the time, and it's wild. It's wild. Sometimes you be on this app. Oh my God. 10 years. I was reading, why is it blocking, right? We're having a good conversation, a good old time, and then Twitch is just like, hey, let me do some wild out-of-pocket stuff. All right. We will have to wrap up, though. I'm going to check in to see in terms of this thing I have to do tonight. Let me see. I am weeping. Hold on, let me unpin this. There's so much chaos happening. I'll unpin it. I'll unpin the message. The 10 years, though. Phone is, oh my God, okay, so that's enough internet for me today. No worries, my phone is glitching, still shows me as Ben. I'll move to my computer. Yeah, BB, let me know once you move there. I'll wait a little bit before we wrap up stream. Let me know if it still says you are, because I'll try to fix it. So I'm hoping, I know Mick unbanned you, and then I know I did it too, so I don't know if it glitched out or something, but hopefully it'll reset in a little bit, because it should be doing that for you. Especially because now that you have a sub too, like I'm hoping Twitch will be like, hey, this person is subbed to my channel because I gave him a sub. Like, stop being weird. Yeah, no worries, no worries. Appreciate you, Mick. All goody. All goody. We'll get it sorted out. Let's see. Just in a picture of my doggos. Oh, I love how y'all are sharing pets. That's so cute. Okay. I think we're going to have to wrap it up here, though. I didn't get to the motif. I might finish this off stream, but I wanted to make sure we got pretty close in terms of at least getting to this part. So I'm just going to finish the bottom part of this and then wrap this up. Because I got to work on some patterns. Okay, Discord, because I don't trust Twitch anymore. That's fair. That's so valid. Twitch being goofy. Can you guys see my messages? Yes. You're good, BB. We can see your message. Actually, let me pull these up because they will get stuck. Yeah. You're good, BB. Yeah. Let me see. I just can't hear. Really? You can't hear? Maybe it's my technology being goofy. My Twitch has been being disrespectful. But yeah, I think we're gonna wrap up here for today because the stream is meant to be shorts. Even though, can you ban sound? I don't know. Did you try refreshing, BB? Yeah, I know we're gonna wrap up stream, and I'll figure out who we can raid out to. But I want to wait to see if it's being goofy with BB to see who we're gonna raid out to. Still says I'm banned. Okay. Probably a Twitch glitch. Okay. BB, let me see if I can figure it out. Cause let me see if I can unban you again. It says you're not banned from the channel. I don't know why it's being goofy like that. I think it might just need to process. I'll look into it though. Yeah, BB, I'll message you and stuff too. Maybe what I'll do is like test it out and see. I'm gonna check out my stuff on my dashboard and just see if I can fix it. I'm trying to think how else to fix this. That's wild. Twitch is so goofy like that though. For no reason. I'm gonna have to look into it. If it doesn't change by next stream, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It might work after next stream, especially because you have a subscription. So I'm thinking if I work on it a little bit, just in case, you'll be fine. So, but yeah, so we're gonna wrap it up here because I've got to check in on something this evening and then like, you know, do some stuff. But thank you all so much for joining me. We might have freaked it out doing too much. Yeah. Thank you for chatting and chilling with me. I know we didn't get to play UMAMI, but I did appreciate being able to be on together with folks. So let me go ahead and switch over to the chatting screen real quick. Say goodbye. Oh, actually, wait. Before we do that, I gotta show y'all the light stick one more time for folks who got here. Hold on. I will send people pictures, but where's my light stick? My light stick. Where did I just put it? No, I had it. Where did I just put the dang thing? Why am I goofy like this? There we go. So, one more time for the road. Sorry, I gotta stop making it on together tiny. Stop it. So, again, I shared the link to the light stick for K-pop Demon Hunters, right? So, this is it again. If you see me rocking around with this thing with other people, that's fine. Look at the modes first. Look at this. So it's got the purple mode, right? Like I said, and then you can make it blink. So apologies for flashing lights. Look away if you have, you know, issues with that, respectfully. I don't want to like jump scare you. And then it has the blue mode with the blue lights. And then it's got this mode. Yellow with even blinkier lights. And then the gradient change. Again, like I said, the gradient change is my favorite because I'm 2. I'm just saying. I'm 2 years old. But again, I love this like stick. Shout out to Huntrix. Shout out to Chibi Art Demon Hunters as we started the stream with today. They mean the world to me. So thank you so much for existing. And shout out to creators of the world because when you make something magical, you impact folks like me. So I'm just saying. I'm still gonna feed my horde. Hit me up if we're playing Rivals. Yeah. I'm probably gonna be on our Rivals later. Just because I want to get this Sue Storm skin, so I'm probably gonna be doing the most for it. So yeah, Thank you all so much for joining me. I might do a pop-up stream tomorrow because I still got some stuff I want to do. But for sure I will be back next week. So just a heads up. If I do stream, it'll probably be early tomorrow. Not my usual time, but just earlier in the day. But then end of this week, like I'll post my schedule. I will be at Toku Tabletop again for teaching RPGs on Sundays. And then on I do believe when is it? Let me see. So I plan to stream later this week to coordinate for Final Fantasy 14, as well as I do want to play Sea of Stars and/or UMAMI. Again, we're going to work on finishing some games this month. And then I do want to get through Endwalker. I will be hanging out over on Jekka's stream. If you don't know Jekka, they are a teammate with me on Pinecone. But they're also going to be playing some Lethal Company later this week, so I will be joining for that for some fun. I will be screaming and crying, obviously, because I cannot play co-op horror games. I just love my teammates so much that I want to play games with them, and I'd be willing to do it. So we're going to play Lethal Company. I'm going to be playing Lethal Company with Jekka and some other friends of hers on December 7th, which will be right before Valor Rangers. So I'll be hanging out with her and everybody who's going to be joining in on that. And then on Friday and Saturday, I'll probably do Final Fantasy 14 and Sea of Stars, if not Sea of Stars and UMAMI. We will see. But either way, I'll be back later this week, if not tomorrow, for some co-working and some fun. So, again, I appreciate our conversation, especially about the Black experience with those of you who resonate. For those of you who don't, I do appreciate folks. I love all my friends from all walks of life, of course, respectfully. So maybe this gave some perspective about, honestly, being Black. Wouldn't change it for the world. I just hate racism for Black people and everybody else who deal with stuff. But I hope folks respect and honor who they are. And for those of you who have had tumultuous experiences with your Blackness, I hope you know you are valued, appreciated, and loved. And Blackness is not a monolith. So rep yo people. We out here. We looking good, feeling good, smelling good, doing all the good we can. You know what I'm saying? Type vibes. But on that note, let's go over to the Just Chatting screen. Say goodbye to my baby hands. I wanted to share my little light stick because I'll be talking about Human Hunters for the rest of my days. But yeah, let me get rid of Spirit City Lo-Fi Sessions. And then I'm going to get rid of On Together. Okay. Then we'll turn up my background music for a second. Then we're going to figure out how we want to rate out to. Again, I might be back tomorrow for an earlier co-working session. So if anybody wants to hang out and get some stuff done, I'll be doing that a little bit again. But I definitely will be back later on in the week, specifically, to play Final Fantasy 14, either through Sea of Stars or a few other games. And then I'll be on Lethal Company as well as over on Toku Tabletop. So I'll be around either way. But thank you all so much for joining me, whether you watch me morning, afternoon, evening, lurking, or watching the VOD. I really, really appreciate everybody. I appreciate there's a lot of common experiences that people have. I hate some of the bad that comes with that. But just know that you are loved and appreciated, and there's a lot of residents. And I love my community of the Black folks who are in the space, as well as, like, my community is full of Black, Indigenous, people of color, folks from all walks of life, folks of different abilities, as well as people who do care about civil and human rights. So I'm really grateful to cultivate this type of community and to be around really amazing people of all walks of life who really do care about other people and really just want to make the world a better place in their own way. So that means the world to me, and I do not take that lightly, and it's an honor and a privilege as always. So, but with that in mind, to keep the co-working vibes going, I actually am going to rate out into Ty. Ty is a really dope streamer who is also on my stream team for Pinecone. They're another amazing Black streamer. They're currently doing a fundraiser for the Palestinian Children's Fund, actually, too. They're currently raising some money and everything. So we're actually going to send the co-working train over to Ty, who's also another amazing Black person that I've gotten the honor and privilege to get to know this year. But Ty is a Sagittarius, loves to read, has a puppy named Blue, has a bunch of photo cards, has great music taste, and is a super fun person. Very, very amazing, just a super kind human being. So you'll have a great time hanging out with Ty and everyone else that they work and collaborate with, which they're doing a shared co-working stream right now, which I hope to do more with some folks on Mondays if folks are available for that. Would love to do that in the future with people. So yeah, we're gonna start the raid over there in terms of just going to say hi to Ty, sending all the love over there. So if you're not on YouTube, if you're not on Twitch, I'm gonna drop Ty's username in the chat if you'd like to follow over. If you don't want to, that's completely fair. I know people don't like Twitch, as I always say every stream, but you know, if you'd like to ride the raid train to, you know, one of my friends and mutuals in the streamer space, you are welcome to. For those of you already on Twitch, the magic and shenan is going over the Ty in terms of co-working. So if you'd like to have some good vibes, good fun, and say hi to a friend of mine, here's the raid message in the chat. Thank you, Takashi. Thank you, everybody who's here. I do really appreciate you. You're super cool and amazing. And I hope you have a nice rest of your Monday. And, you know, just good times on wherever you are. Because I know some people are already in their Tuesday. And some people are still, you know, where they are in terms of things starting their day out. So wherever you are in the world, I hope you stay safe and stay well. But there's a raid message for those of you who are subbed. If you are not subbed, you can just use the first part of the raid message without well, actually, I think you can use the raid message with the LunaSnow we wrote, whether you're not. But those are the 2 raid messages you can use. And we're going to start the raid to go say hi to Ty. But like I said, I might be back tomorrow for a co-working session early. But no promises. I know definitely for sure I'll be back later this week. I will post my schedule in the Discord as well as other places. Just for folks to know, I'll be streaming Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So, but anyway, start the raid. Wait, follower or subscriber only chat? Oh, well, you can lurk in Ty's chat. But they've got a follower and subscriber only chat going right now. So just a heads up in terms of things. So you should follow Ty, but just as a heads up in terms of what's going on with the chat right now. But alrighty, y'all. I'm out of here at 5,000. Like I said, stay safe, stay well, wear a mask, do what you got to do, protect your community. Again, thank you for the subscriptions. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the lurks. I really, really appreciate y'all. Y'all are super cool. Again, I will be back tomorrow. If not, I'll be back for sure later this week with some more gaming, more fun, more yelling, and everything else. But until then, take care, stay safe, stay well. Thank you for being here, BB, everybody, Takashi, Mick, all the folks. I really, really appreciate you. Like I said, with great power comes great social responsibility. So as a fellow black person, to all my black folks in the chat, keep it real, keep it 100. You lit, you dope. Stay safe. Live your best life. Blackness is not a monolith. You are loved and appreciated. So do your thing. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise. You know what I'm saying? But until then, I'll see y'all sometime soon in a future stream. Or not, I'll be lurking in somebody's community. You'll find me somewhere on the internet. I'm usually doing some wild stuff anyway. I gotta prepare for school and play Marvel Rivals because I like Emma Frost. Which I'll talk about that next time. I am now a tank. It's wild. But anyway, bye everybody. Have a good evening. Take care. Appreciate you. Deuces and later days. Ta-ta.